Alrighty. There we are. Move a little bit there. There we go. All is good. Alright, today is Friday. Friday. Oh, how marvelous. The day before the weekend begins. And that means today, my voice isn't Chicken Nights, is taking a back seat. Because I'm still experimenting, playing around. Friday is kind of chill Friday. Not gonna be having my character voice or whatnot. Plus, it's a little hard to do character voices in some games. Likes to be a little weird, especially with RTSs. They're not most... No. I mean, you can always find entertainment out of anything, but RTS is a little struggle bussy. So, without further ado, we're still gonna be playing some Tempest Rising. So let me just quickly switch. There we go. I believe we are nearing the end. So let's go ahead. Just kind of roll right on in. Not sure how many missions I've got left. So let's take a look. Let's get our actual true campaign. There we go. Let us just roll right in. All right, let's hear from the GDF leader.
Commander, it's good to see you. I won't lie, it's chaos. Normally I enjoy not knowing things, but right now we can't afford mistakes. Things are not looking good. I've seen, well, skimmed reports of mission. You pushed the enemy back. Well done. Other commanders haven't fared so well. Their weaponry is like nothing I've ever seen. The Dynasty is just crumpled. Scopes just got images of their main HQ, or where it used to be. Veti are attacking mankind indiscriminately. But if you're counting on some unholy alliance with the Dynasty, I'd forget it. Their forces are scattering. We're on our own. The Colonel's shipping you back to the front line. Do whatever you can to stop them.
Okay. Looks like the aliens are really not that happy. So let's see if we can go ahead. Maybe work our magic here. But who are the Veti?
It's a word one of the archaeologists found linked to the enemy. We don't know what they're actually called. All attempts to make contact have failed. They've done nothing but kill since they surfaced from wherever they came from. I don't know what they want, but it involves getting rid of us. Is this retaliation for harvesting the Tempest? The footage I've seen is chilling. They're callously precise. It's like they know what humans are, like they've done this before.
How do I fight them?
Great question. From your last mission, we know they're not invincible. We know they can be stopped. They fight with high-energy weapons. Their technology is astounding. I might have thought it was magic had I not been studying Tempest applications for the last decade. But all the same, the creatures themselves seem to be made of flesh and blood. Your tactics may need to change, but conventional weapons are at least still effective. I do have to say, though, maybe I'm anthropomorphizing their body language, but the Veti seem surprised whenever they see one of their kind killed. I get the feeling they're not used to losing. Sounds like your sort of challenge, eh, Commander?
Are they related to the Tempest?
They certainly have a history with it. So far, the Red Vine has defied taxonomic classification. We just don't know where it fits into the Tree of Life. It's too early to say with the Veti, but I do have to say I'm disturbed by how human-like their physiology is. At any rate, where did they come from? Where did the Tempest come from? How did they both end up deep under the Earth's surface? I'm sorry, Commander, I really don't know. What I will say is this. We know the Tempest thrives in radioactive environments. That nuclear warhead the Dynasty were transporting, that was right before we saw the Veti. That was the catalyst. Did someone in the Dynasty know? But then, the Veti wiped the Dynasty out. Something doesn't add up.
So many questions, yet so many unanswered things. Well, they are aliens after all. Oh boy. No further questions.
You're going to be the last line of defense between us and the Veti. Best of luck out there, Commander.
Alright, so we got our little stargate invasion going on. So let's look into our doctrines. Maybe, guys, maybe might have to start looking a little bit to more anti-Veti stuff compared to more Tempest or Dynasty. Alright, so we've got 1 point. I haven't really done much in mobility, so let's check out our 5th tier for comms. EM interference. Marked enemies are now silenced entirely. That will probably come in handy because that neutralizes abilities. And I have a feeling the Veti are going to be dealing with a lot of ability stuff. Then we have down here for intel, marked enemies attack 15% slower and take 15% additional damage from all sources. So we got even more debuffing with this one. And mobility is still, the comms rig now generates build radius when deployed. I really don't utilize this unit. So let's actually look quickly ahead. What is this? The beacon and all building sites have 50% additional health. The beacon now lasts twice as long. Aircraft have 50% more ammo. Reload, or rounding down, and reload 20% faster. The Tempest airstrike includes 2 additional jets. Support powers have 25% decrease cooldown, 25% decrease cost. So it's really, mobility is just sort of the sidebar commander actions, which I actually have not been using, so it kind of makes sense why I'm not really speccing into mobility. So I only really have just comms and intel. I think though EM interference is probably what I might be getting here. Because marked enemies are now silenced entirely. That does come in handy. So we'll go ahead and spec into that. Move into the armory. Now we have just 1 additional slot. So we'll see if we have anything that really capitalizes on our anti-system build right now that we're going for. So being within 500 range of any infantry unit will tag an enemy as being marked. So that does seem pretty wise to have, since we are moving a little bit more into that. And our stolen plans we're just kind of ignoring because I'm not interested in enemy technology still. We do have some Tempest ammo and Tempest imbue plating. All vehicles become immune to Tempest charge. Rifles now build up Tempest charge on enemy vehicles. So they're both pretty strong. They're very expensive though. That's the thing. But we are going to be dealing with, well, pretty certain they're space aliens. So let's look here. Air units gain 30% health. We might want to unequip that for now. All infantry heal themselves over time when not in combat at a rate of 1% their maximum health every 1 second. That comes in handy, but I usually ball army my people, so it's just less trips to base. So I may or may not disengage that one. All infantry gain 50%. I mean, I think that's pretty good. We got intel generation from buildings. That's not bad. All vehicles will naturally regain health when out of combat recovery. I mean, that is a pretty strong one in my opinion. And then we have veteran crew, which I haven't really seen or actually really noticed anything. It's probably just like small stat boosts. I think we'll keep it. We have freed up 3 slots. So if we're going to try to move into more kind of silencing the enemy, we'll probably go towards maybe this one here. Being within 500 range of any infantry unit will tag an enemy as being marked. I think that's probably the wisest, because they do seem to have a lot of infantry units and some tanks, the Veti. So we'll go kind of try to build around that a little bit. Let's just quickly go ahead, find it again, equip it. So I'm back to 1 slot. So I don't really have too much for 1 slots. So I'm not really fond of lasers instead of micro missiles, but this one down here is grenade weapons now set buildings and units on fire. This causes effect units to take 15 damage. I mean, that just clears out buildings a little bit faster versus just a new weapon type that are missiles. So we might want to do laser drones. So we'll just shove that in there for now. I think that should be okay for kind of like how I've been playing. So let's move into missions, and it looks like we've only got 2 more missions left. And then the GDF campaign is going to be wrapped up here. So I actually might be able to do it pretty quickly, I hope. But we'll see. I mean, the Veti are pretty challenging. So we're going to be having the fall of Alexandria. And we're going to be going to Egypt. We're going to be defending and evacuating civilians from a coastal city. So it's probably going to be a lot of hopping around locations. We have quite a bit of main objectives. We've got a little bit of secondary objectives. As you can see, I haven't really been trying to 100% everything. So we'll just kind of give it our best shot. See what happens. Alright, so let's move into the briefing transcript.
Veti forces are approaching over the sea. Establish defenses in the city and prepare to repel the enemy. Deny the Veti access to the Tempest by harvesting the local fields before their arrival.
So we're really going to be a race against time. So we're going to have to be a little quick. So I may not be able to do all secondary missions, because I have failed at some secondary missions because I haven't been quick. That's okay. We'll still give it a fair shake. So let's get into it.
GDF research indicates the following. The vine has been sourced to mineral-rich rock in the upper crust. However, no strong correlations have yet been drawn. The cell structure of the Tempest vine more closely resembles that of the aggressor species than terrestrial eukaryotes. The Veti utilize the Tempest extensively in their technology. Early analysis suggests the Veti may be able to metabolize the Tempest fluid. The Veti's strength lies in their reliance on the Tempest. Their access to the resource must be denied. Battle Command uplink initializing. Please stand by.
The Veti have reached the city! Incoming hostiles!
Alright, so we're just going to be moving in, it seems. We got to build our base.
Your orders?
Got to evacuate civilians. Got to be a little quick.
Where's the airlift?
Hold on, it's inbound now.
What's going on? Ah!
Contacts!
It's under attack.
Alright, luckily we've been able to save maybe a few civilians. Let's just dogpile everyone here and start moving over. We'll probably keep this unit here for now. Let's deploy our base and get ready.
Primary objective accomplished.
Good. You've been briefed. These Veti are moving fast. We've got people across the Med looking for civvies. Sorry, but you're closer to the fire than anyone. You're my best, Commander. I know you've got what it takes. Hold off the invaders. Get the civilians to safety. Show the Veti you're not to be messed with.
Alright, so we're gonna have to be a little quick here. So let's get our base established on its basics. They did say they're coming from the sea, so I'm gonna have to be very careful.
Loud and clear,
But
Commander.
let's start kind of looking around. I do have a bunker I can utilize, but I think right now should be okay.
Construction complete.
Looks like we do have some structures that I might be able to take over. So that should help me out gain some additional resources.
Construction complete.
So let's just kind of get an engineer going here. Get some more power. Get a silo going. Then we need our war factory. So we're going to try to get our war factory up and running.
Under attack. Unit lost. Constructing.
What do you need?
I'm already losing some units here.
Let's go. Affirmative.
We do have a choke point,
Stay back.
which seems actually pretty helpful.
Roger, command.
So let's
Understood.
secure our perimeter here.
Units under attack.
I see you.
And we'll start moving out some forces.
Commander, you have a medical convoy en route to the GDF airbase east of your location. Be prepared to escort the convoy safely to the airbase.
Right then.
Alright, so we're gonna have our convoy coming in here shortly.
On the road.
Building captured.
Ready
So we
to
got a
roll.
little bit of an area that we haven't explored just yet.
Everyone buckled in? Received. Let's go.
Gonna have to be a little careful here.
Unit is under attack.
Target spotted. Received.
Alright, we'll pull our forces back a little bit. Oh, we got some zombies moving in. I don't really have anyone.
Your orders.
Our base is under attack.
Understood. On the road.
Alright, so we're gonna have to pull our forces back just a little bit here.
Location set.
Reporting.
We'll just dogpile some forces into our bunker here.
Our base is under attack.
We'll have to do some damage control. It's a little risky, what I did. Kind of pulling my main forces away from the base.
Acknowledged. Let's go. Heading in.
Unit ready.
Sir.
Alright, we'll just kind of dogpile our forces in there. We'll establish a rally
ready.
point. Gonna start improving our base just a little bit here. We'll probably build this here.
Constructing.
I don't want to go to the exact edges just yet. So I'm not sure where all my holes in my base are going to be.
Ready to roll.
Construction complete.
We'll try to establish maybe a choke point right here. We're calling it a support beacon. We're going to move in for some base
Construction
defenses. Looks like
Constructing.
right about there.
Construction complete.
Now let's get some turrets up here.
Construction complete.
We hopefully will have a little bit of a choke point.
Ready for pickup. Head.
It seems they really don't like me building gates.
Target spotted. Roger, command. Cage.
So let's see if we can rebuild our gate. It looks like
Base is under attack.
maybe not yet.
Five man.
We're under attack again. It looks like from down below.
Medical convoy approaching Alexandria. Requesting escort to TJF airbase. On the road. Roger, command.
My units have taken a little bit of a beating here.
Constructing.
Hopefully we'll be able to secure kind of just enough for the turrets I have. Like I said, I do struggle a little bit when it comes to
Loud and clear, command.
fast movements.
Training.
So let's get some tanks.
Training.
Let's get some infantry.
Let the hunt commence. Heading in.
Unit ready.
Hold the line.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Do have zombies in the vicinity.
On the road.
Let's target the more bigger threats.
Unit ready.
Line them up. Hold the
Unit ready. Training.
Received. Kick it. Let's go.
Primary objective accomplished.
Welcome to Alexandria Air Base, Commander. Captain Tremblay and his team will take care of the civilians here. Handing over our key structures to you. Stand by. Scopes has found civilians pinned down in 3 areas of the city. Clear out their scouts and get those people to the Air Base hospital.
Alright, so the map has opened up just a little bit here.
Primary objective, our base is under attack.
Thanks for saving us. The city is crawling with those things.
Base is under attack.
Stay back. Location set.
We're gonna have to quickly move back to base because we are getting attacked quite a bit.
Infantry! Fire!
Luckily, we have our secondary force.
Targeting! Move out!
So we do have some holes in our base still. So you're gonna have to just be very watchful of that.
Training.
Let's get another harvester going. So let's get our supply beacon or support beacon. Shove it here.
Constructing.
We'll get our second set of turrets prepared here. So my turrets are definitely struggling, but once we get a few of them up, we should be okay.
Insufficient funds.
We are most likely getting a hit from this bridge here. We do have down here some issue spots. So let's actually take some ground forces. We'll shove them in that bunker down there.
Commander,
Constructing.
Use it as sort of like a little early warning system.
you got it!
Building captured. Insufficient funds.
Alright, that should be okay. We're gonna see where I can go ahead, maybe build a wall up.
Construction complete.
So possibly right around, I'd say about here.
Constructing.
We'll try to use the map to our advantage. We'll have just a
Construction
little bit of
complete.
defense. So we do have a little bit of a main force. I want to try to defend this, but we also do have
Construction complete.
a secondary base down here. It looks like we're going to have some Air Force units we can use. I think for the time being, we're just going to hold off
On
here.
your command! Commander!
I'll shove the infantry into this little watchtower.
All systems check. I'm easy.
We'll have our air kind of land. But I do want to get some air units to be focused up here. Because the air units have been proven to be very strong in what they do. So that means I'm going to have to get my main base here a little bit better situated. So we'll just kind of shove everything, be a little dirty
Constructing.
in sort of how we're building our base. We don't seem to be on a timer right now, so I'm going to take advantage of that. We'll reset our rally point over here.
Construction complete.
Then I'll probably take my main force,
What do you need?
move them a little bit over
Everyone
here.
modeled
I'll get my support beacon. I'll still build a wall and some defenses here. Which is not going to be perfect. I can't do a full line across. But we'll do it as good as we can get.
Construction complete.
So we'll just quickly be a little dirty here.
Construction complete.
So that should be a little okay. We weren't quick enough, but that's all right. We'll be able to just finish that up, I think, with another beacon. I think the turrets we have right now are pretty decent. But we'll do one of each. This should hopefully secure our line up here.
Construction complete.
They do seem to like having some AoE units, so we're gonna have to be very watchful on that. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit here. Our base down here is gonna be a little questionable.
Complete. Constructing.
I don't plan on building a wall here, but it might be a wise idea to do that just in case. But this bridge looks pretty secure.
Construction complete.
And it looks like I have to escort these civilians manually, so that's a little dangerous.
More Betty, engage!
So we'll just get all these civilians. We'll have them run all the way down. And hopefully they should be all right. We're probably gonna lose this gate, but that's all right. We have some defenses down here, so I might have to focus on that a little bit better.
Tower, we have the first civilians. We're trying to arrange an extraction. Get the rest of the civvies here, safely.
Commander. Aye, command. Making tracks.
Alright, so that gate's gonna be a little difficult to
Vehicle reporting.
keep alive, I think. We do have some artillery, but they're not in range.
Ready to roll. Anywhere you say. Acquired. Commence assault.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of hold back on the bridge. I think that's gonna be probably the best idea. We'll get some added turrets here just to beef up the defenses. We have some, looks like, allied units. So we're just gonna let them fight, but they're probably not gonna survive. Now let's get our support beacon. Let's try to finish up this area here.
Constructing.
Let's be a little careful.
Constructing.
3 turrets seem to be about the normal. I do have to be extra cautious just because my power is a little bit lacking.
Constructing.
So let's get a little bit extra power going. Let's try to get a little bit more turrets going.
Construction complete.
Commander, we're reading steadily building energy signatures. Significant Vetty reinforcements are coming. We don't have much time. Clear the city of civilians before anything comes through.
Right there.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to rush a little bit here.
Under attack.
This is where I struggle a little bit. Looks like our bunker is taking some hits, so there is a hole.
Received. Acknowledged.
Gonna have to be a little careful.
Roger, command.
The
Affirmative.
base is under attack.
Received.
So that looks alright. Our main gate seems to be holding pretty
Base
strong.
is under attack.
Kick it. Everyone buckled in?
Oh, we've still got some extra enemies down here, it seems.
Target spotted.
So we might have to get some
Let's
defenses.
go.
So I don't want to leave this spot open to attack. We'll probably have like a little early warning turret there.
Training.
We'll get probably a secondary force built here.
Training.
And if anything comes to the base, I should be okay. We're gonna have to start moving here.
Unit ready.
Roger, command.
Unit ready.
Understood. I see him. On the road.
These deployed units are calling in attacks on our base. Take them out.
Hold the line.
Unit ready. Unit is under attack.
Heading in.
Alright, so let's just kind of keep advancing.
Stay back.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. On the road. Location set.
Unit ready.
Got quite a few zombies. Not really too concerned about them. We did get a heads up that these units are calling in enemy reinforcements to my base.
Open your eyes to the light.
Unit ready.
Kick it.
Unit ready.
So we should be able to knock out some of the pressure, hopefully.
Location set. Received. Heading in.
Unit ready.
Received. Affirmative. Roger, command.
So we're gonna try to knock out both those extra reinforcement areas.
Everyone buckle
Kind of take the
in.
pressure off the
Let's go.
base.
I see him. Stay back.
So I'll probably have to be extra quick here. So I'll build some more ground units.
Is under attack. Secondary objective accomplished.
Line them up!
Airstrike online.
Fire! Fire!
Unit ready.
Engaging enemy! Sir, yes, sir!
Unit ready.
Acknowledged!
I think we're gonna be definitely having to use that secondary unit we have, or second army that we're building.
This one's a real tough guy! Help us out! Move out! Acknowledged!
Alright, we looks like we triggered
Target!
a small little event. So let's try to quickly get to them.
Unit ready.
Fire! Fire! Line them up! You got it! Fire! Sir, yes, sir!
Unit ready.
Targeting!
Unit ready.
Yes! It's an ambush! Get the civilians to safety!
So we got quite a bit of civilians here.
Infantry! Moving out!
Probably the wisest course, probably to escort all of them, just to sort my ball army here.
Got it!
Unit ready.
All will be enlightened.
Unit is under attack.
You got it!
So we're gonna fall back to our base.
Return to us, humanity. All will be enlightened. Your transgressions forgiven, and your fire extinguished.
Alright, we're just gonna be a little safe here.
Moving out! Acknowledged!
Kind of just holding our advances, making sure everyone's kind of nice and packed in.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
I think we should be
Unit is under
okay.
attack.
Move out!
So we're just gonna move down there.
You have no hope of freedom. Accept your shadows. It is your rightful place.
Looks like we got all our civilians.
Primary objective accomplished.
The city is clear of civilians. I'll send you an extraction team as soon as one becomes... Hang on. We have another power surge. Betty forces arriving now. Defend the hospital.
Our base is under attack.
Moving out! Yes, sir!
Alright, so looks like we're gonna have evac here. Because it seems we already completed our objective.
Sir! You got it!
I want to see if I can get maybe that one all the way up there.
Training.
So let's get maybe a few engineers. So I want to try to get some of that up there. We have to keep an eye on the space down here. We do have a pretty strong force defending the single bridge. So I think we might be a little okay. Try to get some air units
Researching.
kind of going here.
Unit is under attack. Unit lost.
Ready, sir. Yes, sir.
It looks like we actually have some people that we accidentally didn't grab. Oh, and it looks like, yep, still got that hole.
Base is under attack.
Fire! Fire!
So our turret already was lost.
You got it.
Unit lost.
Oh, we had some forces up here.
Additional silos required.
Apparently I was unaware of.
No problem. Affirmative.
So we got plenty of money, I think, for right now. So we're gonna build up just a little bit.
Unit
Try to
is
really
under
get our
attack.
defenses going. So I might actually fail this one objective.
Unit lost.
Mainly it's the secondary one, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Command, this is Tower. We're under attack.
Constructing. Our base is under attack.
So we'll just real quickly kind of dump that here, section that off.
Sir, no problem.
We'll still take our main force, but I think we're pretty okay down here. As long as I keep abreast of everything.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
We'll probably shove a little additional power down here.
Construction complete.
We seem to be holding it all right.
Somebody ordered the pickup.
Excellent work, Commander. Those people will remember your help today. Now, we can turn our attention to the Veti. Do not let them get a foothold here. Destroy the forward bases.
Alright, so luckily the mission didn't end, so we still have a shot at completing our Tempest Processing Center captures.
Construction complete. Training.
So let's get some Quellers going here now.
Kilo standing by.
So I want to shift over a little bit towards
Wilco.
our air units. We're still going to have our main
Construction
forces
complete.
kind of balled up.
Affirmative. No problem. No problem.
Just going to slowly creep along here.
Unit
So we have to
ready.
destroy the forward outposts.
No problem.
So I'm going to have to swing left here. Especially if I'm trying to complete an objective. Oh, but it looks like we've actually found a main base. So we'll just kind of hold here. Just a little bit. Thin out their units.
Fire! 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 Engaging enemy!
We'll see if we can push through. It looks like we might not be able to.
Target confirmed. Platinum. Firing. Russia.
Base is under attack.
So we'll just probably call in a little bit of an airstrike.
Prowling.
We lost a decent amount of our forces.
Unit is under attack. Unit lost.
Seems the wise decision to get these units down here.
Sighted.
It seems our push was a little bit of a failure. We might be able to bypass though, going to the right. So we'll probably just have to build up another force, give it a whirl.
Training.
So let's
Our
get
base is
some
under attack.
forces,
Insufficient funds.
get some more
Training.
infantry. Did lose our engineers. So we're just gonna need kind of everything again.
Training. Constructing.
We are in a little bit of a pickle. And because I don't have any credits. However, luckily,
Our base is under attack.
I have some air units. I should be able to recover quickly, then get my proper turret set up.
Our base is under attack.
So we'll just have them as a little defense.
Unit ready.
So I'll just have to hold off just a little bit.
Unit is under attack.
Like I said, air units are pretty strong. And it seems like we keep having a lot of issues down here at this base. So we'll target what can kill me for air units.
Unit ready.
And we're gonna need to get our turrets kind of back up. We might actually lose the Queller here. As long as we can kind of get some defenses.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Alright, so we'll probably pull them out.
Unit is under attack.
We got some units here.
Move out.
We'll move over this way, engage this man over here. So we'll see if we can thin these guys here, but we definitely have our big kind of base hole
Unit ready.
over this way.
Unit
So we might
is
just
under
have to
attack.
quickly take some of our units here.
Understood.
We'll just big army. We'll have them all kind of get sent back towards our main base.
Our base is under attack.
It seems like we're getting some steady enemies coming our way.
Base is under attack.
Location received. Confirmed, HQ.
Unit ready.
So it'll be a little bit of a race against time here.
Stat. Understood. Location received.
Our base is under attack.
So luckily we do have a secondary base. Our lines are still pretty stocked up here.
Our
And
base
here
is
comes
under
our main
attack.
units now. We'll patch our hole up here.
Confirmed, HQ.
So for right now, we're just going to have them all kind of,
Shielding
well,
Caduceus.
maybe stay down
Soon as
here.
I can.
The other base has a really good choke point. So I just have to wait for everything to kind of collect.
Incoming.
We should be alright here. So let me just patch this hole up. And still want to take a shot
Unit ready.
at getting those two Tempest areas. Alright, so we're just gonna have to stockpile a little bit here. Be a little extra cautious. That's why they probably really want you to focus on these areas here. We do have some engineers and whatnot.
Unit ready.
I'll check it out. You got it.
So let's try to do a little bit of scouting
Unit is under attack.
so we can find a way forward.
Unit ready.
We'll just have to keep an eye because we only have units defending our lower section.
Roger. Solid copy.
Unit ready.
Roger. You got it.
Okay, so we got quite a bit
Roger.
right there, so that might prove a little difficult trying to break through.
Unit ready.
Solid copy.
Yeah, it seems we got quite a lot of action here. So we're gonna be in for a little bit of a long haul. So let's get some proper defenses. We're just gonna have to bide our time just a little bit here.
Unit ready.
Luckily, this force seems to be pretty strong, so we can keep pretty much everything at bay for the time being.
Unit ready.
You just have to be careful because my harvesters.
Construction complete.
Our power seems to be all right. Our main line seems to be okay, so it's just really mainly that one area on the side of my base that's taking quite a bit of
Unit is
damage.
under attack.
It seems to really just shoving all the pressure there.
Unit ready.
So we'll take these units, we'll shove them with the rest of them over here. There's an added layer of security.
Constructing.
We'll build up a gate.
Awaiting orders.
Looks like we actually might have a hole somewhere. No,
You got
okay.
it. Moving out.
They should be pretty good.
Is under attack.
For some reason, though, it doesn't look like it's gonna allow me to build. Oh, that's because my build line's
Unit
not
ready.
proper there. That probably explains it.
Constructing.
Get a line of turrets going. I think what I want to do, though, is maybe sell some things.
Unit ready.
Only just these two helipads here. It's a little tricky to have our units split, so I want to try to maybe stockpile my
Insufficient
helipads that
funds.
way. We'll keep the war factory there. May not need a second one, but we'll just hold off.
Unit ready.
It seems all pressure's coming from this way. So we'll just take our main force, we'll ball them up there. We'll most likely push them out. Not right now, anyway. So we got a support beacon. We'll plant it here. We'll try to get some turrets up.
Constructing.
We should be in a much better position. We'll see maybe if I can shove a power, just so I have a kind of a little bit of a backup.
Ready, sir.
I do have my engineers and my ground forces. I might be able to stealthily do this. Or maybe not, because my plan is maybe to get a helicopter in, drop off the
Unit is
guys.
under attack.
Should be maybe okay, but we'll see. So we'll take our recon car. See how far I can scout that line. So we do have a lot of enemy patrols in the area. So we'll just be a little quick here. Hopefully he makes it, but no. Okay, so we got some heavy defenses kind of blocking our way on the main line. So it looks like we will, though, have to engage this base as the main objective. We might have to engage this one first. That might shift our combat lines, but we won't know until we do it. Alright, so it seems to be okay. Our harvester seems like getting stuck on this plant, though, for some reason.
Unit is under attack.
Alright, so we have our main force. They're engaging. Seem to be holding rather well. We'll probably shift over to some air units.
Constructing.
So we're gonna get some helipads going here.
Constructing.
And that should be enough for our kind of air force.
Construction complete.
And that way we can move out and start kind of smacking a lot of units down. I'm still probably gonna have these guys
Construction
hold
complete.
until I can get my air force going. So I want to soften up the enemies as much as I can.
Construction complete.
In the meantime, I mean, as much as I want a Sky Crane, it will nuke a lot of my finances, but I think I can live with that.
Training.
So I'll probably build just like one helicopter. My scout did not make it though, so that's where I have to be careful. But we seem to be holding pretty okay. I mean, I could have put a support beacon here and shifted the line for a little bit better. We might end up doing that, so that means I might sell these turrets. But we'll see.
Unit ready.
Alright, so our Sky Crane is up and good.
Acknowledge command.
We'll shove an engineer in there, because we're just gonna probably put a lot of infantry units. So let's actually probably take all of them.
Standing by for moving.
Then we're gonna move our Sky Crane all the way to the base. Then we'll dogpile these guys in there. But we're probably not going to be able to get around the base, I don't think. We can always try though. So I might actually get some spy drones here. And we'll actually see if I can maybe go through the waterway. Just kind of avoid the big base as much as possible. Alright, so our waterway might actually be a wise course of action. So it looks like we might actually be fine, at least around here. So yeah, we're actually pretty open. So we might be able to do this with just our one Sky Crane. Comes down to how badly unprotected or protected this one is. Okay, so we got some units there. For the most part though, we seem pretty free and open. So we might be able to knock out this secondary objective pretty good. I just have to be smart about it because we did lose one.
Engineering.
Our main force is holding. So let's take a real quick at our air force. So we only have one queller. We're gonna need one peacekeeper. Then we can dogpile our sort of quellers. Then we can start moving out and spanking a lot of enemy units. I might take my air force first, fly around in a big loop, knock out those units here, and that way I can safely get that. I do have an enemy kind of harvester over there. I'm not too concerned. I'll probably offload some forces, get that one quickly, and then get this one, and that should knock out that. And then that way I can shift my focus to everything down here. So we're still standing pretty firm. I mean, harvesters would probably take some hits if they have to evac, so that's gonna be
Unit ready.
the only issue I have. So I might actually, I'll probably do that. I'll start moving on some defenses down here.
Constructing.
So I'll just try to be a little quick here.
Constructing. Construction complete.
It's gonna be probably a little dirty. Yeah, we're just a little shy.
Construction complete.
I mean, this is definitely where if I had that comms rig buff, I could have just planted them over here. But I think just having maybe a little ball of stuff, I should be maybe a lot better than what I am now. So waiting on, it looks like one queller. I ran out of money. Looks like this harvester is always getting stuck on there. So we are running into a little bit of a bug with our second harvester. Kind of annoying, but is what it is. So that's where we're actually losing some money. Or at least efficiency anyway.
Complete.
Alright, so we got some extra turret defenses. Our queller, I think, is almost done. And just the small defenses we have here seem to be helping a little bit. If I do move this main force, though, I think this is where we're going to run into some issues, though.
Unit ready. Construction complete.
I'm a little hesitant, though, on deleting or selling this line back here, because we are taking a lot of action and damage over here. So if I lose these turrets, they're gonna have a clear shot at my base. I think the other lines, since they've been pretty silent, I'm okay at not doing. So I should probably do the data core. It is pretty heavy, but I want to get sort of my defenses first up here. So we're going to order another supply beacon. Well, support beacon. I'm just going to call it a supply beacon.
Constructing.
Alright, so let's just go ahead, section this off here.
Constructing.
We'll get our turrets up.
Construction complete.
The gate's going to be a little bit of a problem, so we're actually going to sell these walls here. We won't just have a gate. I mean, that should be alright. Our units can slip through, so can their units slip through. So it's a little risky, but I do have, like I said, the secondary line, so I should be alright. So let's check in on our Air Force. So we're pretty good here. We're gonna go the long way. Then we're gonna enact our plan for our secondary objective. So we're just gonna dogpile our units right over there.
Construction complete.
And we are going to have a little bit of power issues. So let me just try to get a little bit more power generators going. So that's pretty much all I can kind of pre-build at the time.
Unit is under attack.
Alright, so our Air Force is here. Our line should be pretty secure.
Construction complete.
So I might be able to ignore it just a little bit, but I don't want to ignore it too much, just in case. So we're just gonna move up here, kind of knock out some more of the fog of war. Make sure everything's nice and cozy up here. So we should be alright. There's no enemies. I think I want to take out this little enemy base structure, just because it annoys me. So down it goes. Then we're gonna swing by. We'll knock out some of the units here. Our Peacekeeper did get hurt just a bit. So we'll have him kind of hang back a little bit. Okay, so it looks like these Quellers can't actually get enemy air.
Is under attack.
Does present a little bit of an issue. But if I remember correctly, we just have ground forces over here. Might lose the Queller and the Peacekeeper, but I think it might be worth it. Alright, let's do just a little scouting in this area. Okay, so we got another ground force, so let's nail him.
Solid copy. I'll check it out. Roger. Understood.
So we'll just do a little thinning.
I'll check it out. Getting into position. Solid copy. Targeting enemy. Laser online. You got it.
Alright, we're taking a little too much heat, so we're gonna pull those units out. We should be okay though, with this unit going in, capturing those two.
Unit lost.
Knock out the secondary unit, or secondary objective. And then we have our main force. We can probably push a little bit.
Transport Supremo. Keeping her steady.
Unit,
So we'll just kind of move up here.
unit lost.
I have them at the stage area. Our Air Force seems to have not survived, actually. So we took some major hits.
Training.
So we'll just go ahead, restock here. We'll actually real quickly see if we have one that can go back and forth. But we do have, looks like just bombers, infantry. Doesn't seem to be much anti-air, except for maybe the Peacekeeper.
Training.
But I think we're still gonna do our kind of queller attacks.
Ready for pickup. Away we go.
Alright, so we're gonna move over here. We're gonna kick an engineer out.
Sir? Sounds
Unit is under attack.
Then we're gonna move our rest of our units to try to stealthily grab the other location.
Captured.
moving to position.
I wanna see if I can maybe capture this supply crate. Okay,
Moving to LZ.
so that's neat.
Keeping her steady.
We're gonna move over here. We're gonna capture this guy here.
On approach.
I'm not sure if we can build defenses. It would be nice.
Acknowledge
Pretty
command.
handy, but we'll see.
Away we go. Acknowledge
Then we're gonna
command.
kick another engineer out.
Unit ready.
And that should secure our secondary objective.
Building captured.
Nice. Alright, so it looks like I can't go ahead and build anything.
Standing by for this. Keeping her steady.
So we'll just probably kick everyone out except for our engineers.
Unit ready.
We'll take our helicopter. We'll just fly it over the sea. Just have a small little defense team. Actually, I think
Moving to
I might be able to build a little watchtower
away we go.
with an engineer. So let's build a little defense. Okay, so it looks like we can. We're gonna build a little guard tower.
Unit ready.
We'll have them go back in. We'll store our units.
Unit is under attack.
Probably build maybe another one.
Yes, sir.
We'll split the units here just a little bit. So we'll kick out a grenadier.
Explosives ready.
Sir?
We'll get another guard tower.
Unit ready.
No problem. No problem. Affirmative.
Oh, it looks like our engineer got a little stuck, so give me 1 second here. There we go.
Away we go.
I hate it when my engineers get stuck behind buildings. There we go.
No problem.
Alright, so we'll shove him back in the helicopter.
Sky green. Moving to LZ.
We'll pick him up.
Moving to position.
And we'll probably just kind of
Moving to position.
fall back there. And I can focus all my attention on the main objective.
Unit is under attack.
So we got our main force. Seems to be holding pretty strong. We're gonna build our data core so we can maybe start replacing some of these reactors with much more improved ones. We'll probably still keep our units inside our little barracks. We have our Air Force, so let's start doing some close air raids.
I'll check it out.
Construction complete.
And of course, we're gonna lose our Peacekeeper, because it's kind of a light Air Force unit. Alright, we'll just harass these little ground guys.
Painting targets.
And we do have, I think, a pretty okay ground force. So we'll just soften up a little bit of air raids.
Getting into position. Moving to
Because the AoE guys seem to be kind of the ones that give me the biggest difficulty when it comes to the Veti.
firing up.
We do have a strange pyramid thing, and it looks like I can't do anything. At least not with Quellers. So we'll just have them fall back.
Training.
We'll get our Air Force a little back. We only lost 2 units this time, which isn't bad. Isn't good, though. I don't like using or losing any units, but it does happen. Alright, so our force seems to be holding rather well. We're probably going to move out just a little bit here. But I probably want to go for the haywire turrets to secure my lines a little bit better.
Researching.
Let's get some resources. We can probably start selling some of these reactors.
Unit ready.
So this way I can upgrade them with the advanced ones.
Constructing.
So this way our base can look a little nicer. Alright, so we're gonna move some of our units here.
Construction complete.
Take our main force. Ball it up just a little bit here. And we're gonna try to make a push kind of for this base. We'll probably take our air units, try to soften them up. Get the lay of the land just a little bit.
I'll check it out. You got it. Solid copy. Roger.
Structure
Probably hit this
upgraded.
structure.
Understood. I'll check it out.
Try to get rid of some of their resource collectors.
Getting into position. You got it.
Alright, so we do have an enemy patrol.
Target's an enemy. I'll check it out.
Looks like we're taking quite a bit of hits. We'll pull our forces back.
Unit
I think
under
we're just gonna
attack.
have to take our army and just kind of making our approach.
Ready to move out. Holding ground.
So let's move to our
Additional
location up
silos
here.
required.
This shield's too tough. On my way. Stat. Location received.
We'll just kind of hold this location. We'll probably get some more ground units going here.
Training.
So let's get some new tanks. Maybe a shield maiden.
Training.
Maybe just one of those. Probably do some specialists here. And just prepare our next army.
Ready for contact. Understood.
Alright, so we'll go ahead, swing right down this road.
As soon as I can.
We'll try to knock out this outpost.
Stat. On my way.
Unit ready.
As soon as I can. You gotta get past me.
Additional silos required.
Stay right there.
Alright, so we'll try to take out some of their outer guards.
Holding ground.
Unit ready.
Understood.
Our base is under attack.
We'll just take it a little easy going in.
That's close enough. Suppressing.
Unit ready. Base is under attack.
We are catching some extra heat from our backside here too.
Unit ready.
It looks like these air units are quite stocky and we're getting hit by some artillery. It looks like a lot of my anti-air units have been destroyed.
Location received. On my way.
So we'll just kind of rush in a little bit here.
Suppressing.
We'll deal as much damage as we can with the tanks.
Stat. This shield's too tough.
But those enemy air units are definitely kind of some big problems.
Unit ready.
We did do some nice damage, but like I said, those enemy air units are pretty rough. So we're probably gonna need to focus a lot on there, and I believe it's the Shield Maiden. Yeah, anti-air. So let's build 4 of those. Got some additional tanks going. Probably dogpile a lot of infantry. Since it seems we have quite a bit of money. So we'll get prepared for our kind of a big force. And we'll get some of these turrets here. Really make sure our front line's gonna be secure.
Unit ready. Insufficient funds. Insufficient funds.
We should be alright. So this base hasn't seen too much activity, which is pretty good. There's quite a bit of air units, so I'm not gonna really be able to do too much with these guys. But we'll see what we can kind of do in damage. Just kind of mop up some additional units. We're taking hits from that pyramid. So we're gonna try to fly over here. We'll have our units restock up. We'll mop up a little bit more here.
Insufficient funds.
Check in on our line down here. Just have to be careful because we are trying to produce a pretty large army. So I just want to make sure I'm not going to accidentally lose my line down here.
Insufficient funds.
Alright, so it looks like we actually got another main base up here. So we'll take that down. Well, we'll see if we can actually harass this base. Doesn't seem to be too much here.
Insufficient funds.
So we'll just knock this base down. They do have a pyramid, which is a little problem. We'll probably sacrifice these units if need be to just take down this one unit, because I think that's their construction yard. We'll fly down here. Oh. Alright, looks like they're really unhappy that I just did that. So we're gonna have to pull out all of our units, but we might lose quite a bit of our air force here.
Insufficient funds.
Or maybe we just unfortunately lost our Peacekeeper again. Our Peacekeepers just can't live. Alright. We did pull some back at this base. Seem to be doing alright.
Got your comms here.
We have a pretty decently sized army, but we still got quite a bit that still needs to be built.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
Our line is holding pretty well. We'll just throw the wrenches here.
Unit ready.
And we haven't really taken any damage from these, so that's pretty good. And we do have our 2 locations we have to hit. So we'll wait for our Peacekeeper. We'll probably move in. Maybe just a little bit. There might be too much air there.
Insufficient funds.
Or you can always swing a little bit more upwards, which actually might be a little bit better. So actually I should do that. Let's continue our assaults on whatever is going on up here.
Unit ready.
And I think we'll take our units that we got back at the base. Alright, so we got a few pyramids still. They're quite angry at us.
You got it. I'll check it out. Focusing.
We'll hit just a little bit of these guys.
Getting into position.
Unit ready.
Roger. Understood.
Peacekeeper's still here,
Solid copy.
but I do see the shadow of these pyramids.
Understood. Getting into position.
We'll see if actually this lone Peacekeeper can maybe... Okay, it's not going to do too much damage. Alright, so we'll pull back our force here.
Our base is under attack.
Alright, so we got just some tanks we're waiting on. Quite a bit of infantry. Seem to be kind of okay still.
Insufficient funds.
So right now we're just kind of in a holding pattern. Not the most exciting thing, but that's just kind of how I play. A little bit more reserved, not as aggressive.
Unit ready. Training.
I'll check it out.
Alright, so let's take our Air Force, we'll move back in.
Solid copy.
This time we're going to swing towards their base.
Getting into position. Roger. Understood.
And we'll do a little bit of poking.
Solid copy. Painting targets. You got it. Targeting enemy. I'll check it out.
Okay, so we are getting some of...
Solid copy.
Well, actually quite a bit. We'll try to strike this down real quick. We might lose all of our Air Force.
Ready.
Alright, we'll kind of bail them out.
Unit is under attack.
These air units are definitely giving my Air Force a run for their money. Oh, looks like we actually got some reinforcements here after taking that out.
Base is
So we'll let those anti-air units kind of thin out some of that.
unit ready. Training.
Engines engaged. Sure, hang out.
That actually seemed to help out quite a bit.
Unit ready.
So looks like actually we might want to go for scramblers, because they are pretty good at anti-air
Sure, hang out.
and also anti-ground.
Enough of that.
Unit ready.
Kicking away.
We'll just do a little light mop up here. Then we'll move to that other location. So our army that we're stockpiling should probably win us the game here.
You bet.
Alright, so we're gonna pull back here.
Unit ready.
Sure, hang out.
We might make a small run at their main base.
Our base is under attack.
Just thin them out a little bit.
Cruising over.
Or see what we can thin anyway.
Cruising over.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack.
That's enough of that. Sure, hang out.
So let's just try to take these units. So we at least got most of their defenses knocked down.
Firing.
We'll lose this tank, which is okay. And that way we can just take our main force, which is probably overkill at this point, but I'm fine with that. We'll probably just actually cancel
On hold.
all of these units here,
Cancelled.
and we'll take our ball army kind of here.
Training.
We got a little bit of an air force going, but I don't think I'm gonna need it.
Ramming.
Now we're gonna hit that last objective.
Linking up.
Maybe this will be the last one. We might have to make a run at the main base, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You got it.
Unit ready.
Not a problem.
So we got a little rally point. And we'll pretty much just delete everything we come in contact with, it seems.
Unit ready.
Relocating network.
Alright, there you go. Let's
Discharging laser.
start our assault here.
Bring it on.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Commander, the Veti are here. I'm seeing an enormous energy spike. What is that? Are you seeing? It's an entire Veti base. Fantastic. Energy levels within the base are increasing. They're up to something. Be advised, you have incoming. Check your base defenses.
Alright, so it looks like we got more things we're gonna have to fight. So I guess it's a good thing we did build kind of a big army here. We'll mop up this base here. Then we do have, like they said, incoming.
Our base is under
So it looks
attack.
like down our main road.
You got it.
Prepare base defenses. Large enemy force approaching.
No worries.
So we'll take our force here. Maybe try to call in a preemptive airstrike. See if we can kind of soften them up a little bit here. There we go. That was some good timing.
You got it. Discharging laser.
Primary objective accomplished.
Eyes on the Veti base. Something's coming through. This appears to be a more advanced form of matter translocation. And I don't want to wait around to find out what. Destroy these structures and shut it down.
So it looks like that's going to be possibly a super weapon.
Not a problem.
Because Command & Conquer has been known to have super weapons kind of here and there.
You got it. You bet.
So we're going to take our large army here. We have made a run at this base. So we're just going to have our main force sit here just a little bit.
Relocating network. You got it.
And we're going to try to strike. We do have some injured units.
You bet.
So we'll see if I can hold on to a few of them.
I like this one.
And let's
Base is under attack.
finally take out this pyramid. There we go. Alright, so we're just gonna wait for our units to heal up a little bit. But it looks like we've got quite a bit of annoying air units, but we're just swatting them down. So that's pretty good. We did get attacked at our base here a little bit, so I might have to beef up our defenses.
Constructing.
So we'll get some of these haywire turrets going. Should be okay. Probably don't need an artillery turret. Check back on our main force. Everything seems to be
Got your comms here.
kind of healed up halfway.
Construction complete.
So we'll probably move in with our units.
Too easy. Relocating network.
Our base is under attack.
And we'll make a strong push.
Complete.
You bet. You bet. Oh yeah. You got it. Party time. Not a problem.
All right, move on to kind of this staging area here.
Unit is under attack.
We're going to probably hit from that turret, so we're just probably going to have to make a full run.
Bring it on. Discharging laser. Linking up.
We'll try and knock down some of their defenses so we stop kind of getting whittled down.
I like this one.
So let's just slowly keep creeping in here. Try to eliminate some of these defenses here. There we go.
This thing is huge!
Bring it down, Commander. Bring it down or we lose Alexandria.
Okay, so we seem to have a
Taking new position.
big issue. Okay, let's just fall back to this base here. Let's grab our Air Force. See if we can knock him down with our Air Force here.
It's getting closer! Fall back! Fall back! So, these things are vulnerable after all.
We heard the Betty liked the Tempest, so we've got some party gifts.
Unit lost.
Solid copy.
Okay, that got a little dicey, not going to lie. Our main base took some hits. We had some struggling on the right side, but it looks like everything worked out in the end. Really, really nice. And we got our victory. Alright, so let's take a little look here. So about average time, about an hour 13, and that's for me playing a little bit more on the casual side of things. And it seems we got maybe every secondary objective. I'm not too certain. We have 2 redacted ones, but we did complete the 2 that we can see. So I'm not really sure why they're redacted, but I'll chalk it up to win. Like I said, I'm not trying to 100% these missions. Alright. Now see you in the next. Okay, let's go ahead, hear from our GDF leader.
Outstanding work, Commander. Not going to lie, we needed that win. We've tracked the Vetti's movement further along the Med, and some of them have made landfall on the coast of Spain, where they've established a foothold in a valley. We were about to send in some troops to flush them out, but then Scopes caught something. This is the Tempest Instability Missile. It's a dynasty weapon. We need one. Here's where you're going to put it. There's a greater mass of vines coming from this fissure than any I've seen before, all centered on something they've raised out of the ground. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's alive, but they're protecting it. They traveled all this way to dig it up. Stand by, Commander. Dr. Francis wants to explain this. Doctor, I got the Commander on the line. Go ahead.
R&D has been trying to reverse engineer the Tempest instability effect. And with some adjustments, we've discovered a strange property. It causes the Tempest to turn in on itself. The fluid begins to eat away at the vines. The energy in the fluid, it becomes unstable, tearing them apart from the inside. It essentially shatters the vines on a cellular level. The fluid carries the effect like a shockwave. All that energy held in the Tempest, building in potency as it spreads. On a large scale, the effect could be catastrophic. The Vetti are linked to the Tempest. They use it for their power, their weaponry. I wouldn't be surprised if they consume it. Get me one of these missiles, Commander. Then buy me enough time to make the modifications. I'll see you out there.
There's an old dynasty base between you and the Vetti. You're going to need to have boots on the ground before your main forces arrive. Take control of their base and dig yourself in. Then, get ready to fight like hell. The Council's not going to like this one, but you leave them to me. This is the big one. We're all counting on you. See to it, Commander. Let's get it done.
Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Let's roll right into the doctrines. Now I have access to the final tier of comms, which we might just probably do. So let's take a quick look. All drones are invisible until they attack. All units that passively stealth are not stealth until they attack. Reduce the cost of stealth abilities by 30%. I don't think I really use stealth units, so I'm not actually sure if I'm gonna take that one. I don't think. So we might kind of do just the scanners down here, because marked enemies attack 15% slower and take 15% additional damage from all sources. We do have some, like in our previous battle, we were focusing a little bit more on silence and marked passives. So we're actually probably going to take that one. So it looks like we're not going to fully go ahead and clear out any of these doctrines, but that's okay. Alright, so we're just kind of go there, because that's sort of like my play style that I've been kind of in. So let's move on to the armory. We have our final slots active. However, I mean, no new technologies really. As much as Tempest ammo seems good, along with Tempest imbued plating, because we are getting hit quite a bit actually. So that's kind of, maybe double check here a little bit. So we got all infantry heal themselves over time when not in combat. That has saved us quite a bit. We have units 500 range infantry is tagged. That helped with also some of those ground units, I believe. I'm not sure on the laser drones then at this point. Then we do have our generate one intel every 20 seconds. And we do have our veteran crews. So I'm not actually sure if I want to take by those. We probably won't. We'll probably just grab our napalm here. And we might just shove the napalm in, because that's tier 1. And we'll just roll with this. Alright, let's check out the missions. We are finally here. The final mission of the GDF campaign. It's gonna be Heart of Glass. We're going to Spain. We're gonna capture Dynasty Missile Silo and strike back. So it seems like we're just gonna have maybe a very large holdout with maybe a large attack. We don't have many secondary objectives, but we got quite a lot of main ones. So we're definitely gonna be in it for the long haul. But if I had to guess, it still might be within the average kind of like 1 hour-ish time. Let's move over to briefing transcript.
The Vedi have established a large base in this valley, centered on an expansive Tempest vines. However, there remains a Dynasty base between the infill point and the enemy. Capture the Dynasty base to gain access to their technologies, then destroy the Vedi.
Alright, so that basically does sound exactly what I just said. We grab a base, we're gonna lock in down there, and then we're gonna have to strike at their main one. So it's gonna be pretty hot and heavy. Alright, hell, this is it for humanity.
The Vedi are positioned on top of a fissure in the valley. The tempest erupting from the fissure stretches deep underground. The vines connect, forming a colossal underground energy system that the Vedi bases tap into. This weakness must be exploited. The Dynasty Instability Missile can be modified to cause an energy cascade in the Tempest fluid. Capture the Dynasty base and acquire the missile. Good luck, Commander. Battle Command uplink initializer. Please stand by.
Command, this is Kragan. I lost contact with the team. Their equipment's still pinging just up these cliffs. Keep an eye out for me, would you?
Alright, so we got a hero. We're gonna have to survive.
Ready.
So let's be a little cautious here.
Coordinates received. Finding Vantage.
I've had enough of drones. First GDF, now these.
Keeping low. Finding Vantage. Coordinates
Okay, so it looks like I didn't need to go stealth for
Point
that.
me.
So those air units might not be able to target her.
Keeping low. Somewhere else?
We'll see. We'll have to be cautious.
Anyone near?
Their sniper is
Point
squishy.
me. Gotta get off the road. You got it?
Alright, we'll just have her sprint. We'll try to
Taking
bypass
new
that flame
position.
turret.
Stare out of sight. Correcting for spin. Taking new position. Running numbers.
And of course, our sniper seems to really want to go towards that turret, and I'm not a fan of that.
Hey, Ivan, let me in. I need to go.
Taking new position.
And it looks like we prevented that man from pooping. Oh well.
Anyone near? Correcting for spin. Anyone near?
Alright, so we still gotta be a little cautious here.
Coords received.
Primary objective accomplished.
Cregan, over here! Can you cut the power? Be careful, pillagers.
Alright, so we're gonna have to go ahead.
Beautiful.
Oh, we were a little late on taking out those tanks, so we're gonna have to fall back with our sniper.
Nice big target.
Hello, Zerion.
Ah.
Oops, so we're still getting a lot of tank action. We're gonna go stealth mode here. Kind of get these tanks to go away.
Stay right.
Alright, so we should be alright.
Somewhere else. You got it. Good night.
We'll position our sniper just to kind of passively attack here.
Keeping low.
Do have to remain a little cautious.
Nice big target.
But it seems our sniper really likes shooting vehicles. So we're just gonna be very careful.
Lining up. Keeping low.
Oh, looks like those tanks are back.
Blending in.
We're going to stealth again.
Lining up. I see it.
So we're gonna have to deal with these tanks.
You got it. Stay out of sight. Nice big.
Gonna have to be a little
Cool.
careful.
Uh-huh. Stay out of sight.
There we go.
Coords received. Stay out of sight. Anyone near?
We should be alright now. But
Stay out of
seems a lot of
sight.
things like to creep up
Taking
on
a
us.
shot. Dispatching. I see it.
We'll probably have our snipers sit here, slowly roll down the flaming turret. So we don't want all of our units to immediately die as soon as we acquire them.
Point me.
There we go.
Anyone near?
Then we'll go strike at their power.
Somewhere else? Dispatching.
So we'll hit that barrel.
Good.
We'll see if we can target the one back there.
Anyone hurt?
We can fight. The MCV touched down east of here, on the other side of the town. They're already taking fire, and there's more Vetty on the way.
Let's get moving.
Okay, so let's find our sniper.
You got it. Somewhere else?
So we'll just run over here. We do have 2 engineers. We'll shove them into the APC.
You need me?
We want to keep them a little protected here. They can't really do too much. Oh, is this game a tower defense? No, it's not a tower defense.
Confirmed
It is an
HQ.
RTS. Play Command and Conquer. It's pretty much that.
Understood. Stat. Confirmed HQ.
Okay, so we're gonna slowly creep
As
up
soon as I
here.
can.
Take
Hold
out
it
the
there.
SAM site.
Holding ground. Location received. On my way.
So it looks like we're gonna have to swing
Understood.
more eastbound.
Location received.
So this gate probably is kind of open.
Holding ground.
So it looks like we're being led to go this way.
Stat. Confirmed HQ.
We'll just wait for our units to be stockpiled.
As soon as I can. Confirmed, HQ. Stat. Holding ground.
Burn it all down.
On the ground. That's close enough.
Thanks for saving us. We'll fight with you.
Understood.
Alright, so looks like we got some militia, but
On my way.
we may not actually be able to do anything with them. So we can't select them.
Incident report.
So they're just going to be some friendly units. Oh, and it looks like we have found an enemy base.
Stat.
So we're just going to try to avoid that down there. Because we're just supposed to relink up with our main base. So we're going to keep kind of exploring a little, not too much.
As soon as I can.
So looks like we got some choke points.
Stat. Confirmed, HQ. Understood.
Oh, we got a turret there. So yeah, we'll have to fall back.
Location received.
Not too much exploring.
What's your order?
Oh, looks like we got some units here.
Move it.
We'll probably pull back the militiamen.
On my way.
Then we're gonna relink up with our main base.
Primary objective accomplished.
Ready to set up shop. Unpacking con yard.
Primary objective accomplished.
Alright, so let's get our base built here.
Constructing.
So looks like we're gonna get assaulted by the enemy.
On your command.
So we're probably going to consolidate our forces here.
You got it.
Constructing.
Alright, so let's get some more reactors going. Thank you for the follow, Zerion. So let's grab our barracks. And then we'll probably maybe have this a little bit more at the forefront of our base.
Complete.
We do have a choke point over here, so I may or may not have to build there. I'm not sure where the unit path is going to be.
Construction complete.
We only need to get some defenses up. So I'm not sure how far. Okay, so my build line is going to be right around there. So let's see if we can artificially
Constructing.
extend it with the reactor. Okay, so we're just going to have to wait for him to kind of be built. Let's get our war factory going right next to our barracks. And it looks like we were able to extend it pretty well. So we'll just put a turret up there and we'll try to patch up this wall. Doubt I can repair it. Yeah. That's okay.
Construction complete.
Okay, so now we can get some walls kind of built here.
Constructing.
Kind of patch ourselves up a little bit.
Construction complete.
Then let's get our turret of
Construction
threes.
complete.
But we're gonna have to get probably a beacon to kind of finish our supply line here, our front line defense.
Construction complete.
I'm assuming the enemy is gonna come from probably over here because they do have the 2 turrets. Probably over here as well. I'm not sure if they're gonna come over this way, so you just have to be careful.
Sir, yes, sir.
We'll fall back these units and really just kind of capitalize on sort of our main line here.
Construction complete.
So I do need to get a satellite uplink, but I am struggling with some resources. So let's build another harvester. We'll stockpile units kind of at this rally beacon over here.
Riot medic reporting.
And that might be all we can really do. I'm going to hold off on any attacks on the enemy bases for right now. I do want to clear out the Destiny base over here, but
Unit ready.
I'm going to have to hold off right now. As it is, our line was a little tested. So we just have to play it pretty carefully.
Constructing.
Probably move to a satellite uplink so we can continue beefing up our line. But I think I'll take this scout unit, kind of check everything out behind us. But looks like we should be pretty okay. So mainly it's going to be just kind of from our frontal area and our side here. I'm just going to be a little cautious of this side. And we're just going to wait just a little bit here. I sort of want the grenade turret, but don't have enough to get it just yet. So I might just slap on another Gatling just to be safe, so we can have a line of 3. Then we'll try to move for probably our little radar station. We'll shove them all the way in the back. Looks like a bunker is being attacked, but I'm not in it, so I'm not too worried about it. That means the main force is going to be here pretty momentarily. About 15 seconds.
Construction complete.
So hopefully I've got enough defenses. Kind of hold off this assault. Let's actually put kind of like a little grenade tower there.
Primary objective accomplished.
Reinforcements are here! Incoming Betty! Troops to positions! Give it all you got!
Alright, so our defense is going to be tested here, so let's just kind of hold for now.
Unit is under attack.
On my way. Stat.
Seems we did pretty okay, but we got to hold out for about 2 minutes 30.
Unit lost.
Looks like some Dynasty forces maybe were in here, or that bunker. Not too sure.
Here they come. Hold what you've got. On call.
Alright, the zombies aren't really my main focus, because they're pretty easy to deal with. Alright, so we held pretty well. Looks like some of the Dynasty wall kind of got chipped away here.
Shield and Caduceus.
Might actually destroy the wall just so I can build my own, so I can actually repair it. Alright, so we're gonna have to push out a little bit because we have these artillery units. So let's knock them down.
Commander, good job holding your own against the Betty. The main Dynasty base has all their fortifications facing the Betty. If you disable the voltaic gate, you'll have less resistance accessing the construction yard. Scopes has traced a power source to a southern outpost. Capture the construction yard to acquire a strategic stronghold in the valley.
Alright, so we definitely got lucky. A lot of our defenses were about to be destroyed, because those artillery units are quite nasty.
Constructing.
What the Veti have. We'll just build up here.
Construction complete.
We have a new secondary objective, which is destroy the power plants. And that's going to be kind of that location I was kind of scouting out earlier. So we're going to hold off, though, doing that. We'll get a little bit of a repair bay. We'll just stick it right there so we can get some of our units back up in action. Now I think we're doing okay. Let's grab some additional power plants, shove them there.
Receiving. Anywhere you say.
We'll selectively pull back some units so I can heal up.
Construction complete. You got it. Commander?
It seems like they're probably always going to be hitting us. So for right now, we're just gonna be a little careful. This will probably become our main force. So for now, we're just kind of gonna hold them there. So I want to beef up my security around my base. So we're just gonna grab a kind of a support beacon. Try to clear as much as we can.
Constructing.
So we probably got our walls up there.
Construction complete.
We'll kind of have our turrets a little near.
Construction complete.
Let's grab our gate. There we go.
Under attack.
Looks like our bottom line is starting to get hit.
Construction complete.
So let's try to get some units to fall back here and help.
As soon as I can.
I'd probably keep my main force kind of positioned just down here.
Construction complete.
So I think our front line's going to be able to hold out rather well.
Confirmed, HQ. On my way. Location received.
The tank has taken quite a bit of damage. We're going to pull him back.
I have the gun.
We're going to get him repaired.
Construction complete.
Everything looks pretty good down here. So we might actually build just an extra Gatling turret.
Constructing.
And I think our front line's pretty well stocked. We'll take our main forces, probably swing over here, hit this base, clear that out.
Construction complete.
And that way we can actually access this area here. We have a main shot at the Dynasty base and we have to capture it. So for now, we're gonna be all right. I'm not probably gonna mess around too much with this area over here. I think what I want to do is grab my little scout car and do some scouting. Got a little bit of lay of the land.
Ready for contact. As soon as I can.
We'll move some units up here. Now, our previous mission, I did leave a section of my base open, and it seems to consistently get hit. So, kind of learning from that mistake, we're kind of wall this area off.
Constructing.
So let's just kind of do that now.
Constructing.
We'll just put a wall there for good measure. We'll probably just shove some turrets up here and call it a day.
Construction complete.
On call.
So that way everything should funnel towards the gate area, which is my much stronger line.
Construction complete.
Alright, so we're just gonna let that tower kind of build up so we get a little build area. And I think we should be okay. So there he is. I'm gonna need some more power reactors, so we're gonna hold off. Probably gonna build a little bit more in the back of the base here.
Constructing.
I can't afford to lose any of my power plants just yet.
Construction complete.
Alright, there we go.
Constructing.
Going to get some of our turrets up here. And then I'm probably going to build one more Gatling, and then this area I think will be pretty okay. And then we can start moving out and focusing on our ground units.
Construction complete.
Alright, that turret got built, so maybe... okay. So now I'm just going to leave this line alone. I don't plan on a lot of action happening over there. So we can move our tank back up here to have some nice overwatch. And then we'll look at, let's see, what do we want to build? I could probably get an Air Force going.
Construction complete.
I might hold off just for right now. Data core I probably want just so I have access to the advanced power plant. And that way I can kind of clean up some of these reactors, make the base look a little bit nicer. But for now, we're just going to stockpile a little bit of resources. We're already getting yelled at that we're not going to have enough power, possibly. So we'll just build a little bit more there. Actually, let's grab our little scout car and do some scouting.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Let's grab this additional resource pile.
Scouting.
I won't try to kind of blow my way through that,
Construction
because those
complete.
turrets do hurt quite a bit.
On it.
But we'll try to push this line out just a little bit.
Moving. Keep an eye out. Scouting.
So let's quickly check up here. Oh,
Roger.
and that hurt a little bit.
Affirmative.
Oh boy.
Keep an eye out.
So, poor little scout cars having survival issues.
Affirmative.
I'll still see if I can get them back to base though. So we'll just kind of wait. Luckily our main base seems to be holding pretty well. Alright, let's get them repaired.
Orders. Finishing up.
So there we go. Got our artillery tank kind of built up. Might actually want to move him a little bit more.
Repositioning. Deploying.
So he covers at least kind of the south here. Let's start beefing up a little bit more
Training.
of our main force.
Training.
So that should be kind of okay.
What do you need? Unit ready.
We'll keep an APC at base just because they do have my engineers. I don't want to lose them, so we're just going to shove that unit down there.
Unit ready.
Gonna grab our scout. We're gonna park him there.
Unit ready.
We're just going to kind of look and see where our defenses might be a little lacking.
Constructing.
Riot medic reporting. On my way.
Unit ready.
It seems like those artillery turrets are pretty damaging to my lines, so we're gonna have to be very careful of those.
Construction complete.
So I'm gonna have probably some counter artillery I'm gonna have to do. So haywire turret is probably what I'm going to need to get,
Unit ready.
which means I'm gonna need my data core. I'll just probably shove my data core
Constructing.
sort of down there.
Standing by.
We'll grab a scout car. We're gonna see what else we can kind of scout.
Unit ready.
Scouting. Roger.
So let's move a little bit down here.
Keep an eye out. Moving. Roger. On it. On the road. Affirmative.
Okay, so we got more of the base.
Keep an eye out.
And it looks like our little scout car didn't make it. But we have, I think, a decent idea of kind of what we're going to be encountering. Might actually use another sacrificial recon car. So I think I do have a path
Unit ready.
that can circumvent that base.
Roger.
So let's see if I'm going to be correct. Otherwise, I'm probably going to lose another recon car.
Roger. Moving. Scouting.
Construction complete.
Okay, so we got an enemy unit patrol.
On the road. Keep an eye out. Scouting. Roger.
Okay, we got some units over there.
Unit ready.
Might be able to avoid those defenses. Looks like I'm correct.
Scouting.
So there's the enemy harvester.
Roger. Affirmative.
Okay, so they just gotta have a little light patrol. Oh, and it looks like we found another base. And we lost our
Unit ready.
recon car again. These guys just never survive. Alright, but I have kind of a fair idea. Sort of what I want to do.
Unit ready.
So I can't afford some artillery here. So that way I can counter artillery these units.
Unit ready.
So we'll probably do, let's say about maybe,
Unit ready.
we'll build one right there. That should help counter artillery. And it looks like we got a new enemy wave coming in here. But as long as I don't run into those enemy artillery units, I think we'll be okay. So we'll just repair those.
Unit ready.
We've got just 5 infantry units we're waiting for, and then we're gonna make a run and start that secondary objective, which is to destroy the power plants. But I don't think I have a large enough force to actually go for the Dynasty base. So we'll hold off a little bit on our push for that one. That way it gives us time to stockpile a little bit more money. Probably want to build a turret down here too. Maybe. So I can probably build another turret or artillery right here. And then I'll have a haywire tower kind of in the middle. And that should pretty make my front line
Unit ready.
pretty good, actually. Yeah, that's probably...
Constructing.
That should make it pretty strong. Alright, there we go. We'll take our forces and we're gonna push out now.
Holding ground. Understood.
So we'll just stockpile.
As soon as I can.
Our turrets seem to be holding pretty strong. We're gonna take care of some of these zombies.
Suppressing. Confirmed HQ. Location received.
We're gonna wait kind of down here. We have pulled some attention away from the assault on my main base, but we'll see if they'll kind of pivot. It looks like they are. So we're just gonna have our units hold position, make sure our line is pretty good. And there we go, okay. We got our other turret up, data core's up. So let's get our drone pod so we can get our haywire. Looks like we left 2 grenadiers behind. Well, correction, 3. We'll grab them. We'll have them run all the way to these units, and then we'll move in once they're rallied up. And then we can start building our advanced power reactors, so I'm going to start shifting over to building those. Removing our normal reactors. Oh, it looks like our grenadiers are a little overly eager to fight the enemy. Alright, very nice. And then we'll actually quickly build an advanced power plant. And we'll shove it right up here. If there are others, we'll get that started, and then we're going to make our push.
On my way. Confirmed HQ. Get back. Holding ground.
Construction complete.
Hold it there. Suppressing. On my way. You gotta get past me.
Secondary objective accomplished. Unit is under attack.
Alright, so we knocked out the gate.
Confirmed HQ. Holding ground.
Doesn't look like there's going to be any hidden supplies down here,
Location received.
so we're pretty good.
Right there. Confirmed HQ.
Not exactly sure if I'm going to be able to get the base. So I'm not sure if I take over the construction yard, it's going to give me access to all the others. Those turrets are a little questionable, so I'm not sure if I really want to commit to that. But we'll probably rally our troops, at least down south here. I do have that APC stocked with 2 engineers. So we'll grab our APC and we'll see if we can safely get them down there. We'll probably move them kind of right there, separate from our main force. Let's move back over to getting some of these advanced power reactors. We're probably going to get rid of these 2 here. Alright, so we're still pretty good on our base defenses. Can get our haywire turret.
Constructing.
So we're going to build that right there. Our power seems to be pretty good. I might want to do an Air Force. So I gotta figure out Probably down here is probably the best. So we want to make sure all of our Air Force units are going to be kind of within the same area. So they might not look probably the prettiest, but should be okay. We'll probably put it right here.
Constructing.
And that way we can get some helipads and just kind of
Our base is under
dump them there. It seems like our main line is definitely holding pretty firm.
Shielding Caduceus.
So we're gonna take these units here. I think we can poke a little bit.
Holding ground. On the ground. Confirmed HQ.
Construction complete. Unit is under attack.
Understood. Don't even try it.
Okay.
Location received.
So we cleared out quite a bit.
Your orders.
We're going to see. This is gonna be the right call.
Let's go. Roger, command.
So we're gonna dump an engineer here.
The servers need me.
We'll take over the base. We'll see if we gain access to everything else, which would be nice.
Missile launch codes obtained. We have Dynasty tech now, but we also have to shoulder more of the Veti onslaught. Move on to the fortified Dynasty base to the north and capture the missile silo.
All right, so we
Base
got
is under
lucky.
attack.
So looks like we captured everything.
On my way.
So our main force gets just a little bigger.
Our base is under attack. Unit is under attack.
So we're going to have some holes here and there. So we're probably going to build up a little bit more. So we'll get some extra artillery gun pieces here.
Our base is under attack.
Do we want our base defenses to hold their own? Looks like for the most part we are.
Construction complete.
And then we'll probably extend our lines here just a little bit. I want to try to build some gates though. So let's get some more reactors here.
Construction complete.
Because now I have two bases I need to worry about.
Construction complete.
So we'll see if I can safely remove these two reactors.
Scopes is tracing structures that are calling in attacks on our base. Take out the trash, Commander.
Alright, so we did run into some issues at our main base.
Construction complete.
So we definitely got some issues with our base defenses.
Constructing.
So let's try to restock up our base. So I should patch it
Our
up.
base is under attack.
We do have two bases we have to worry about, so it is going to be a little tricky.
Construction complete.
Hopefully not too tricky. Do have a little hole here.
Construction complete.
So let's see if maybe we can do
Construction complete. Our
some
base
more
is under
building.
attack.
The Dynasty still have a base in the hills to the west. Take out their machine shops and put an end to Dynasty vehicle production. Hit them where it hurts, Commander.
So it seems we lost a little scout tower. We got quite a bit of secondary objectives, so it's gonna be a little bit here. I want to be able to build up some of these defenses.
Constructing.
Looks like, of course,
Construction complete.
we'll have to get rid of these walls here because we lost that turret. We'll section off this area here. We got plenty of money,
Complete.
so we'll probably just build a gate. We'll get 2 additional turrets here,
Construction complete.
but we're gonna have to be building a lot of advanced reactors because it seems we have quite a bit of
Our base
power
is under attack.
difficulties. Should you just bear with me a little bit?
Constructing. Our base is under attack. Construction complete.
We only have some Gatling turrets kind of defending us. I think it should be able to hold for the time being.
Constructing.
But we definitely have some issues with this base.
Construction complete.
So we will have to beef this security up here. Because we're gonna be getting hit quite often. It's a little rough, but it's fully doable. So let's grab probably a little drone turret. I think should be okay there. Probably build 2 of them because they have kind of a nice wide arc. Still have a hole I'm not too happy about, so I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet a little bit. Grab our support beacon, then patch it up this way. There we are. Then we'll dogpile a little bit of defenses there. Still have a lot of advanced reactors we're going to have to build.
Constructing.
I still want to build an air force too, but
Construction complete.
power really takes kind of
Construction
top
complete.
priority.
Construction
Alright,
complete.
so we should be okay a little bit.
Constructing.
I want to kind of build a gate here. But right now I'm just kind of holding a little bit.
Our base is under attack.
Probably shove an artillery turret there.
Construction complete.
We are taking a little bit of a risk.
Construction complete.
Because everything is just kind of be slowly built here.
Construction complete.
So I gotta be very careful of my money.
Construction complete.
I think left side's pretty stocked. Right side here seems to be alright. We do seem to have a lot of SAM sites. Ooh, our SAM sites are gonna be struggling actually. Okay, so Haywire seems to be our anti-air.
Construction complete.
Alright, there we go. So we're probably gonna have to get some anti-air towers going here.
Constructing. Our base is under attack.
So we'll have to patch it. Okay, so our bases are holding rather well. Then we still got our holding pattern for our main force. So I don't want to move just yet.
Constructing.
We got some good haywires up, so that should help.
Construction complete.
Looks like it's actually gonna let me build a gate here, so we're gonna shove a gate right there.
Construction complete.
We'll probably build another haywire. Got a couple artillery guns. We'll probably build maybe one more here. We'll check back on how many more advanced reactors I can build.
Constructing.
Seems like quite a few. So it looks like we do have enemy units trying to hit my back line. So we're gonna have to be careful of that. So let's just try to section that off there. Stop them from doing it.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Commander, the Dynasty's Tempest missile is located in a heavily fortified bunker to the north. Capture the missile silo. Do not destroy it. That missile is our only hope.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, and it seems our guy's just giving us a little reminder here. So it doesn't seem like we're timed. And that's kind of the big thing that I don't want to be. Because that could derail kind of everything I'm trying to do. So let's build some Gatlings. We'll plop an artillery piece back here. Maybe right around here. That should be alright. That should secure our line there.
Ready to move out. Confirmed, HQ.
Going to grab a lot of our units, moving down here. Seems everything's holding firm. I really want to go after the Tempest, or not the Tempest, the Veti first. Kind of strike down here. I mean, we do have the Dynasty, but they're the ones that are closest.
On dispatch.
So we'll actually probably start building a little bit of our helipads here. Get our Air Force a little bit ready. That should be enough. We're gonna grab our main force here.
Ready for pickup. Received.
We'll probably move our little engineer vehicle over that way.
Holding ground.
Then we're gonna rally up right here.
Construction complete.
We'll probably attack actually more so from this side over here.
Complete.
So we'll just move everything that way.
Unit is under attack.
We are getting hit by an AoE tower.
Construction complete.
So we're probably gonna have to move it right now though.
Reinforcements have arrived. Our base is under attack.
Okay, so we got some extra reinforcements. We'll pull back, join them up. We'll recheck our base here. So we did get kind of yelled at that our base was getting a little damaged. It looks like everything's kind of a-okay. So let's just kind of clear out some of these markers. It would be nice if there was a repair all button, but I haven't really seen that, unfortunately. So we just got some manual repairs. We got plenty of money, so I can probably start building out a secondary army. I think we seem to be pretty okay right now. So let's get a peacekeeper. We're gonna need our data uplink so we can get our specialist pods, so we can get our quellers.
On call.
Alright, we're gonna take our main force. And we're gonna continue kind of advancing down this line. What we have.
Holding ground. Suppressing. Location received.
It looks like we have a little walker tank here. We're gonna try to eliminate him. So we'll just kind of let our units deal damage to whatever they feel like. I'm gonna fall back here and see kind of what's up over this way. Just go on a little side adventure.
This shield's too tough. On the ground.
Alright, so I'm actually not too certain what's up here.
Get back. Suppressing.
That actually might be a main base that we're going to have to attack. That's what it might be looking like, so we're gonna hold off for now. Pull our units down this way. We're gonna check up on our base here.
Training.
We're gonna start building a lot of quellers. And we might actually want to invest in some artillery guns. So probably one more down there to really knock out those enemy artillery guns.
Unit ready.
We seem to be holding pretty strong for right now.
Construction complete.
So I'm gonna probably go for this base down here. But for right now, we're just gonna play a little safe.
Constructing.
So I can't afford to lose this construction yard, so I have to make sure my defenses are airtight.
Unit ready.
And it seems like we're struggling just a smidge. Not too badly, but just enough.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
Probably build an additional wall here, just so they don't have a straight shot to my actual base.
Unit
Our
ready.
artillery is making light work of anything that's trying to flank me back there.
Construction complete.
This line still seems to be taking some pretty heavy damage, so we're probably going to invest in
Constructing.
maybe a tower. But I think we're doing pretty alright.
Base is under attack.
Just gonna wait a little bit. We got some enemy units attacking the base, and then we're gonna move our main units and continue sweeping the Veti lines. Okay, so that should be alright. Let's grab some even more advanced reactors here. Our
Unit
Air
ready.
Force is almost complete. We're holding firm, so I'm just gonna grab these units here,
Construction complete.
start kind of pushing.
Location received. Hold it there.
Construction complete.
Confirmed HQ. As soon as I can.
Alright, looks like we got some artillery units hitting me. So let's try to quickly knock those out, because those are the roughest units to fight. There we go. Looks like we're still getting belted
Attack.
Suppressing.
by some of those air units.
As soon as I can.
Slowly we're making progress.
This shield's too tough. Understood. Don't even try it. Holding ground.
Alright, we're gonna fall back.
Location received. As soon as I
We're
can.
taking quite a beating with our main units.
Holding
We're gonna see if I can salvage these guys. We're gonna fall all the way back to my main
Understood.
and probably start reinforcing just a bit. We'll grab quite a bit of tanks, quite a bit of scramblers, a little bit of recon cars, even though they're pretty weak. Grab some infantry here. And I think that should be alright for the time being.
Vehicle reporting. On your command.
We'll get some of our tanks kind of rebuilt here. It looks like a lot of my main force just really didn't survive. That's okay. We'll get them all backed up. And we might actually switch targets. Because we're just kind of slowly carving our way through the enemy base. But that is towards the main objective. I think what I want to do is go for the Dynasty base that's just kind of chilling down here. Because that might be a little bit easier to fight. So we got a pretty good Air Force. So we might take our Air Force and kind of say hello. Okay, so we should be alright. So yep.
Unit ready.
Let's grab our Air Force. We'll mop up this turret back here, and we'll make a little bit of a run towards the Dynasty base.
Unit ready.
So we'll just kind of watch them kind of fly here.
Unit ready.
You got it.
We'll just kind of stick here and wait.
Unit ready.
Focusing.
Alright. So let's whittle him down.
Unit ready.
Let's take a little bit of a look here.
Solid copy.
So let's focus on the anti-air.
Unit ready.
Targets. Targets in enemy. Focusing.
Our base is under attack.
Alright, so we're gonna fall back.
Roger.
There is a SAM turret we're getting hit by.
Unit ready.
So we'll just let our Peacekeeper restock some of our units. We'll make another run. We might lose our Air Force, but we got plenty of money to replace. But we're just basically using these units just to harass the enemy.
You got it. Solid copy.
So let's take out what we can. We'll probably call these guys back. Because some of them are damaged, and we'll try to save a little bit of money. But next sweep, we should be able to hit sort of that SAM site, and also that turret, and then whatever else is there. For now, let's just kind of check in on our base defenses. Make sure everything's A-okay. So we have no holes, because we got to keep our supply yard alive. So there we go.
Base is under attack.
So we seem to be doing all right.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
We got our ground forces here getting built up.
Unit
All
ready.
right, let's get some more research.
Researching.
Really round everything out. We got plenty of power, so we're good if we need to beef up our security.
Unit ready.
I think for right now we're holding pretty well. I might build
Our base is under
probably
attack.
some extra security. Probably unnecessary, but I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared.
Unit ready.
It seems as though this line is taking quite a bit of damage, so let's
Unit ready.
recheck a little bit here. Assess our situation.
Base is under attack. Unit ready. Training.
Okay, so we're getting hit with some air.
Construction
So let's
complete.
move over here, recheck this line. I think what I want to do is maybe build probably some missile towers. I think that's pretty good. We'll still repair. We did run out of money though. I am kind of
Insufficient funds.
building a main force.
Our base is under attack. Unit is under attack.
We are getting hit by some enemy artillery. but our counter artillery seems to be kind of taking them down. We'll just preemptively start repairing everything.
Insufficient funds. Construction.
And then we'll just kind of hold off a little bit here. Our Tempest field is going to be out, but we do have another over there. So let's grab our Air Force. We're going to make another run at the enemy base. So we're going to have everything kind of stockpile right there. Still doing pretty all right down here.
Construction complete.
Not fully sure why they're still trying to hit my back line this way. But we have it kind of locked and under control.
Funds.
Still running into insufficient funds, but I think that's okay. So I'm just kind of doing a little overexpansion. Alright, so let's make our run towards that enemy turret. So I want to knock out that SAM.
Insufficient funds.
Alright, there we go. Oh, looks like we're getting some heat from a random unit back there. So now let's go ahead and engage our secondary objective so we can stop reinforcements of the enemy. We'll just sort of chill here.
Unit ready.
Have everything get slowly destroyed. We do have an enemy SAM turret down there, so I do have to be a little careful.
Construction complete.
But I want to clear out sort of this dynasty base.
Secondary objective accomplished.
Oh, looks like we're getting hit by that SAM, so we'll probably just move our entire Air Force over here. Hopefully we can knock down the turret. Looks like we did. And we'll just mop everything up down here. So we'll make some short work. And that dynasty base is out of action. So all we can do is focus on the Veti. Alright, so this should clear them out fully. There we go. Actually, we won't engage them. We'll kind of fall back with our units here. And then we gotta make a run towards the enemy, but we're probably gonna continue carving down the main highway with our main forces.
Unit is under attack.
We're gonna take some extra hits here. And it looks like we're gonna lose our Peacekeeper. Peacekeepers can never live. Same with our recon cars. Oh, looks like we lost a Queller too. Looks like our Air Force is now free and clear. Our defenses are holding pretty strong still.
Unit ready.
Our base defenses look in pretty good shape. So we're gonna look at our main force here. Grab big old army, start moving. So looks like we got everyone.
Location received.
Gonna move up on the highway here.
Unit is under attack.
We're tracking some of the enemy units, but looks to be okay. So now we're gonna start shifting over and carving.
Understood.
Looks like we have almost everyone. Apparently our guy's just having some difficulties navigating around a light post. It happens. Alright, let's continue moving on.
Unit is under attack.
Location received. Hold it there.
So let's just make quick work of a lot of these structures here.
Holding ground.
Alright, there we go. We'll just kind of pile everyone up here. Get a little bit of resupplying. Take care of some of these walls just so my units have a way to escape.
Unit is under attack.
Take down some more of these units here.
Location received. Don't even try it.
I might actually want to sweep down here. Take care of these harvesters.
Understood. Stay right there.
There we are. Got some more enemy units, but that's okay.
As soon as I can.
Unit is under attack.
We have a bridge. That's pretty tight, so we're actually going to kind of move our units down here.
Stat.
Switch highways. Then we'll make a run.
Location received.
So we'll wait for everyone to kind of get prepared up here. Since we do have that one doctrine and upgrade. Then we're going to swing this way. We'll knock out those two. Probably going to build a sky crane. And we're going to get maybe
Training.
some infantry here because we want to capture our base.
Additional silos required.
So we'll probably kind of build that and we'll have them go on the sky crane. I think they prepared quite enough of our main force.
Unit ready.
So we're going to continue sweeping down this road.
That's close enough.
We'll knock out some enemy patrols.
Unit ready.
There we go.
Understood.
And we'll swing this way
Unit
here.
ready.
Location received. Get back.
Training.
There we go.
As soon as I can.
And we'll keep
Additional
pushing down this
silos
way.
required.
So it looks like we triggered just a small mini event. Dynasty seems to be holding though rather well, which is nice.
Base is under. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit is under attack.
Okay, so we're gonna wait for some reinforcements here. We're gonna check our base. Looks to be all right. Grabbing our sky crane here.
Unit ready.
Tools ready.
We're gonna load them up here.
Carrier reporting.
So we got enough space for one unit. So we're gonna grab our unit,
Unit
grab
ready.
our sky crane, and we're probably gonna move him towards the base here. We should be okay. We'll just plop them right there. We're gonna take our main force, which has gotten a little bit bigger thanks to these reinforcements. Before we engage the dynasty though, I want to take down this base.
Base is under attack. Secondary objective accomplished.
That's close enough. Stat.
Okay, so we're gonna move our large army here.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Gonna move them right here. Hold position. Get our reinforcements, and then we'll make a run at the base.
Need an assist.
Unit is under attack.
We'll just move down here.
Engines engaged.
Alright, so we do have our helicopter ready to go in and capture that missile silo. So we're gonna make a run at the enemy base now.
Ready to move out.
Moving a little quicker. Actually, I just noticed on the radar, got some enemy units. So I don't want to get distracted while I'm making this run. So I want to grab all of them here. Check out all our base defenses. Our base, though, like I said, is pretty overkill, which is great news. Okay, so we're all good. Gonna grab our large force, and we're gonna push it.
Location received. As soon as I can. Understood. Confirmed, HQ. Don't even try it. Hold it there. You gotta get past me. Holding ground. On the ground. This shield's too tough. That's close enough. Get back. On my way. Stay right there. That's close enough.
Base is under attack.
You gotta get past me. Get back. As soon as I can. Suppressing.
Do have a small clogging issue because I have quite a lot of units, but that's okay.
You gotta get past me. Confirmed, HQ.
My Sky Crane is still holding. I'm not too concerned about the SAMs because they are going after my drone operator drones, which is kind of whatever. I want to take out their power so I can kind of knock out some of their defenses.
Stat. That's close enough. Understood.
I just have to be careful and not to destroy the missile silo.
Hold it there.
So it looks like I should be okay to knock down the enemy construction yard.
Location received. Holding ground.
Alright, so we knocked out enough power that we should be alright.
Suppressing.
So we'll just mop up the enemy units here.
Understood. Confirmed, HQ. You gotta get past me. On my way. Don't even try it.
So we should be all A-okay.
That's close enough. Hold it there. Don't even try it. Confirmed, HQ. Holding ground. Understood. On the ground.
Okay, there we go. We have to be a little careful because I don't want to accidentally destroy that building. I want to pull some of the units away.
Stat. On my way.
So we'll grab our units, we'll push back, we'll leave the little infantry units alone.
Understood.
We're gonna push in with our Sky Crane. We'll have our little Sky Crane forces knock out whatever is there.
Too tough. You gotta get past me. Location
So there we
received.
go.
As soon as I can.
So we're gonna keep our army here. Take our Sky Crane. Gonna fly right in. Knock out who we have to knock out. And then we should be pretty good. So we'll just wait for our little Sky Crane to come on in. We have our main force here. It's still pretty well and good. And we'll just hold off. Gonna unload everyone down here.
All right, hit the ground.
We'll just move our Sky Crane over here.
Engineering.
And then we're gonna grab our engineer.
Ready, sir.
We're gonna shove him right into that missile silo. And we'll secure it here.
We have the missile. Getting to work on the modifications. You must keep the Vedi away from the missile silo. Buy me all the time that you can.
The Vedi appear to be shielding the beacon with a Tempest energy field. Take out the Tempest shield structures to disable the energy field.
Alright, so we just got some additional base structures.
Our base is under attack.
So we're gonna have to actually kind of be a little quick here. And we'll actually start building up a defense. We'll probably just do some walls of turrets here. So it'll be a little fast, a little dirty, but that's okay.
Construction complete.
So I need to secure my line as much as I can. I do have my ground forces, so that's a-okay. I'm gonna have to make a pretty good big line.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
So we'll probably start building some advanced reactors up here. We are taking quite a bit of hits. I can't seem to build a gate there, unfortunately.
Constructing.
So we'll just kind of build a wall. We'll see if I can replace it with the gate. And then we're going to have to protect a missile silo, which should be pretty okay. Then we're going to have to take down the processors. So we've got quite a lot of money, so now it's just going to be kind of stuck in a holding pattern yet again.
Construction complete.
Which is alright. Our base seems to be okay. We'll check on our other base. So we seem to be okay there.
Construction complete.
We have taken some major hits at our main base. So I did kind of neglect it a little bit. We don't seem to have lost any structures though. So that's good. So we'll just get some of these repaired here.
Construction complete.
There we are. So that looks fine now. Our lines are all good. We're gonna keep dogpiling on this line here though.
Constructing.
Let's keep building. We'll grab some more artillery turrets. We're gonna keep getting our reactors built.
Construction complete.
This will probably be a little dirty. So we're probably gonna build them maybe on the road. Or actually, can we build? Okay, so it looks like we've got quite a bit of holes. We have the money. So we're gonna grab a little beacon here. So I do want my base to look a little nice. So let's dogpile some reactors here.
Under attack.
Our line is still getting hit down here.
Construction complete.
So we might need to get another beacon. Kind of build up this line here. So we did kind of clear out this line in our initial push.
Constructing.
So let's just kind of rebuild a little bit here.
Construction complete.
It looks like I'm not going to be able to
base is
place
under
all these
attack.
walls with the gates. That's a little unfortunate here. But my main force is going to need to leave, so I guess we'll delete those. We'll check back on our main base here. Which seems to have gotten a little bit of a light peppering. But everything still seems to be okay.
Our base is under attack.
Our back line's good. Our main base is good. So we're still doing okay. And then I'm not a fan of leaving an area non-gated. So we might go ahead
Constructing.
try to fix that. Probably completely unnecessary, but better safe than sorry.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
We'll stockpile a little bit here.
Construction complete.
So we'll be a little dirty too down here with this line.
Our base is under attack. Constructing.
But I think that's gonna be okay.
Construction complete.
We're holding pretty well. We'll grab a support beacon, place it down there. Because like I said, I want to get this wall done. So I don't want anything slipping through the net. Alright then, since we have a lot of build orders going on,
Construction complete.
everything's just gonna be a little slow going here. Seem to be doing okay. I'm fine with this section of wall being closed off, because I really don't need to exit kind of this way. So I'm fine with just sealing this entirety off. Looks like I just have a lot of things queued up, so just gonna have to wait before I can really get some more defenses. So in the meantime, we'll check back in at our base, kind of repair anything that we didn't catch.
Construction complete.
Just keep everything in top form, since we have plenty of money to do so. But we seem to be pretty okay still. Alright, so our walls are slowly just being waited on as we have our haywire turret being built.
Construction complete.
So now we should be able to start clearing out our build queue.
Construction complete.
We'll grab a gate, shove the gate there,
Construction complete.
and everything should start getting declogged.
Construction complete.
There we go, so we're pretty much killing everything that spawns, which is
Construction complete.
fantastic.
Construction complete.
I think we should be okay at this lower line here.
Construction complete.
So now we're gonna grab our main force. Maybe actually let's build a repair bay. And we'll just shove it in the middle of the road.
Constructing.
We'll have everyone repair, and then we're gonna move on to the enemy base.
Our base is under attack.
You need me?
So we're gonna grab everything here.
Construction complete.
Going to run them through the repair. It seems we're still getting pretty destroyed by the enemy artillery. That makes a run at our base.
Constructing.
So let's see if we can maybe try to fix that a little bit.
Construction complete.
So we're gonna build some more artillery guns. More
Constructing.
permanent and fixed location ones. And we'll probably place it maybe right there. Probably along with a haywire turret.
Constructing.
Maybe two of them. And we'll probably just keep it like as is. Alright, so let's get some of these repair orders complete. That should hopefully kind of fix our little hole that we have here. Looks like anything that's trying to make a run for the missile towers
Construction complete.
down here are pretty good. We'll build another secondary wall. Infantry looks well stocked. So now let's move our main force. Start hitting the main base.
On my way.
So let's just get them all out here.
Construction complete.
Everything should be a-okay. We got the enemy units down there.
Understood. Holding ground.
Our base is under attack.
So we'll just move them down here.
Unit is under attack.
Alright, so we already lost a little recon car. And then we got our main force kind of declogged a little bit. There we go.
Understood. Stat.
Looks like they rebuilt
You
a
gotta
little
get
bit of
past
things
me.
over here, so we're just going to knock it down.
Confirmed HQ.
We're gonna sweep down here. We're gonna hit this enemy base. We have a lot of
Unit is under
Tempest,
attack.
so we're gonna be taking some AoE. Alright, so we're trying to get out of the Tempest area. So we're not taking quite a bit of damage.
On my way. You gotta get past me.
The first shield is down. Dr. Francis, how's the missile coming along? I want to invite it to the homecoming dance.
Working on it. Give me more time.
We'll go ahead, continue slaughtering this enemy base. There we go. We'll knock out all these structures back here. There we go. That's some pretty good efficiency right there.
Understood. Stay right there.
Additional silos required.
Alright, so we're gonna take a lot of our units, kind of get stocked up here. Probably gonna build maybe a secondary kind of force here.
Training.
But I got plenty of money to spare it, so might as well.
Training.
So
Additional
we'll just
silos
stockpile
required.
quite a bit of units.
Training.
I think that should be okay for our secondary force. At least to get started anyway.
Ready.
And then we're going to move. Looks like we're gonna have to go up here for the processor, so it makes no sense probably to hit back here. Or actually, there is actually. Hold on, I might have miscalculated a little bit.
Unit ready.
Okay, so we got one that's in the back here. Well,
Unit ready.
let's maybe hit that one last, just in case I have to make a run.
Humans in sight. Annihilate. Unit is under attack.
Because what I want to do is probably save that one for last, because I want to carve through their main base. I think that's a pretty solid plan.
Confirmed, HQ.
Unit ready.
Alright, so we got another enemy walker. We're just gonna take him down a notch. Alright, so a lot of our main force, however, has been kind of taken down. So we actually might want to hold off on our assault.
Unit ready.
At least for now anyway. Just have them kind of sit in a waiting pattern here. We'll wait for our main force to go ahead and get built up down here. In the meantime, though, I think we can grab our Air Force.
Unit ready.
Kind of give them a target. Something to do.
Understood.
And we'll probably make a run at that little refinery. We'll clear out the units first, though.
Painting targets. Roger. I'll check it out.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Okay, so we're just gonna move in. We're gonna lose our Peacekeeper, but that's kind of normal at this point.
Unit ready.
And yep, looks like down our Peacekeeper went.
Unit ready.
Alright, we're just gonna slowly take down that little refinery.
Two processors down. One to go, and the beacon will be vulnerable.
Roger. How quickly you have forgotten your masters. Getting into position. I'll check it out. Spin it up.
Unit ready.
Alright, so we're gonna be a bit clear at the main base here.
Unit ready.
Going to hit some of their defenses just a little bit. Not sure if this walker can actually engage me as air units. I don't think, it doesn't look like it has anti-air, so we'll actually kind of harass this guy a little bit. Oh, but it does look like we're taking some secondary damage.
Our base is under attack.
I think we'll just kind of whittle him down a little bit. We'll probably lose quite a bit of air units, but I think that's okay.
Unit ready.
There we go. Fall back those units.
Training.
Get Air Force up and ready again. And then check in on our ground forces, so I'm just waiting on tanks.
Unit ready.
And a bit of infantry.
Give me an order.
Unit ready.
And then I'll be ready to relink up with what remains of my first assault force.
Unit ready.
Then we should be able to carve our way in. So I don't know how much is going to be left after I destroy this beacon.
Unit ready.
So we're just going to be waiting on a few tanks.
Unit ready.
Grenadiers are almost done. We have Quellers, they're going to be ready. Let's real quickly though, do a little base defense check. And seems we're going to be pretty A-okay and everything.
Unit ready. Training.
Alright, so then we've got 2 more vehicles left. Once these 2 tanks are built, we'll push to our main force. We're just gonna our sniper, kind of just to take down that artillery.
Unit
Very
ready.
efficient. All right, got everyone here.
Go ahead. I
Got
have
an
the
army.
location.
We're gonna move straight into our main force here.
Moving off grid.
Gonna push in, break their first line here. Kind of take out their base. That way, in case anything funny happens to this beacon, should be smooth sailing. Alright, so there we are. Let's grab our main
What is
force.
Understood.
We'll just go ahead, shoot this guy
Lights out.
down. There we go.
Of course.
We got everyone.
Humans in sight. Annihilate.
I have the target. Let's bring them up.
Base is under attack.
Priming grenades. Lights out. I read interference. Grenades out. Cut the power. This one's mine. Shutting them down. Green to engage. Discharging. Grenades out.
Alright, there we go. I'm gonna quickly look. Okay, so my base took some hits, but
I'll be there.
we're just gonna commit.
Cut the power. Of course. On the move. Overload.
Alright, so we're just gonna let our main force kind of attack. It seems though, ooh,
Correcting for spin.
Unit lost.
so we actually ran into a bit of an issue. Those walkers just decimated my entire force. So those are probably the most dangerous units to run into. Okay. So we're gonna have to actually rebuild up our army, because we lost quite a bit.
Training.
Like, a lot of people got vaporized. That's not good.
Training.
So we're gonna build up all of our specials here.
Training.
We'll sort of just kind of go
Unit ready.
all over the place with our units. Trebuchet, I mean, that seems like it might be okay. I think for the time being, we've got our Air Force. We're gonna keep the pressure up while our main force is being replaced.
Unit ready.
I got plenty of money, so I'm not really too worried about it. So we're probably just gonna do a lot of hit and runs. So I really want to carve out as much of the space as I can.
Unit ready.
I'll check it out. Painted targets.
Alright, so let's just go straight on in.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Alright, we'll fall back a little bit here.
Unit ready.
So our little machine guns on the Quellers they're okay. They're not the best. Gonna rearm. We're gonna take out probably that little turret and keep trying to slowly ease our way in. And once we have our main force, we're gonna push right on in.
Training.
Might even attack the main objective with Quellers, so it'll be a little fluid here.
Unit ready.
Because those walkers were pretty nasty on my ground forces.
Unit ready.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, restock here again.
Unit
Because we take a lot of additional damage if we just use the Gatling guns, it seems. So we'll wait for our kind of big laser beams. I'll actually probably call in an airstrike. Try to make things a little bit
ready.
easier for us here. So we'll pop an airstrike there. We'll wait a little bit. We'll dance around. It seems like our base is
ready.
holding firm. So we're pretty okay. And we'll just sort of watch our airstrike come in,
Unit ready.
hit up the base.
Training.
There we go. Nice strike.
Unit ready.
Alright, we got a little anti-ground unit we'll just kind of deal with. Alright, we'll take out the turret here.
Unit ready.
We got some units still.
Training.
We'll actually
Unit is
fall
under
back
attack.
here.
I'll check it out.
We'll probably RTB. Get them
Unit
kind of
ready.
rebuilt up. And I think that's my first successful run without actually
ready.
using or losing anything at the main base. It was actually a pretty nice run. We'll take a look around here. So our main base is okay.
Unit ready.
We're good down here. So we're still gonna be in
Unit
sort of that
ready.
waiting pattern for the time being. Repair the silo
Unit
down
ready.
there. We gotta look for those little Titan units, those big walker boys. 'Cause they
Unit ready.
definitely ate away a lot of my
Training.
units. Alright, so we'll go Air Force,
Solid copy.
get them back in flight.
Unit ready.
We're gonna continue our assault.
Got it. Roger.
We've made a lot of good progress at hitting the base. Our main objective
ready.
processors down there. Do have a lot over here, but I want to clean up this area, clean up over there,
Getting into position.
Unit ready.
and we'll just hold here for the time being. There we go. All right, so we'll move in.
Copy.
Unit ready.
All right, there we go. Alright, I'm not too bothered by a lot of this stuff here.
Unit ready.
Yeah, attacking with the Gatlings definitely seems like it's a bad idea. So I'm just gonna restock for our laser ammo.
Our base is under attack.
There we are.
Unit ready.
Let's continue kind of striking down the units. There we go. And there's the walker that went ahead and vaporized a lot of our units. So let's take down his little support guy.
My God! Look at the size of that thing!
Stay back! You won't be able to damage it!
Alright, let's take down some of the patrol units.
Insufficient funds.
Probably not. Looks like our guys don't want to chase too much. We're gonna do a little hunting though, because I really want to kill that walker.
Insufficient funds.
So let's take down the walker, because he's the highest threat. This is where we might lose a bit of our air force, but they targeted exactly what I wanted. So yep, we've lost a queller. We won't hit the main objective. We'll leave the main objective though
Unit ready.
for the ground force that we're gonna roll in with. We're just gonna soften up a little bit more.
Painting targets.
Unit ready.
Painting targets. Getting into position.
Okay, there we go.
Check it out.
Unit ready.
Understood.
We're gonna quickly check. So it looks like our main force is pretty much completed. We're just waiting on a few recon units.
Unit ready. Training.
We'll just replace the one queller that we lost, but we're probably gonna lose a little bit more. I think that'll be all right.
Solid copy.
Unit ready.
We're just kind of passing the time a little bit as the main force gets built up. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to call in on more air units. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully this is the last objective, but something tells me it's probably not going to be. Oh, it looks like we're taking extra damage just because we're not reloaded. So let's get the quellers up. Knock down those guys.
Unit ready.
So there we are.
Targets an enemy. Painting targets.
And then we're gonna RTB. We got pretty much all of our units. Actually, we actually have all of them. So we're gonna grab our main army.
Hijacker, reporting. I'll be there.
We're gonna roll right on in. Hopefully mop up everything. Call it a day.
Out of sight. I see it. Out of sight. I have the location.
Alright, so we have a lot of fast units, so I just have to be a little careful. We got some slow guys. Just gonna recheck base defenses here. Those look fine. Not really a threat.
Of course.
Our base is under attack.
Green to engage. I'll be there. On the move. Of
Alright, then we're gonna be rolling right on in.
Understood. Out of sight. On the move.
So we'll just move our force here.
I see it.
Let our one little recon car get a little repaired. Let our main force gather a bit.
I have the location. be there.
Alright, we'll take it down here.
Moving off grid.
Primary objective accomplished.
The shields are down. The temple was vulnerable. Hell, where are those units coming from? Take them out, Commander. Dr. Francis, progress report on the...
Not right now.
I'll be there. I have the location. On the roof. Overloaded. Discharging. Understood. Out of sight. Of course.
Okay, so we're taking quite a bit of hits from something. So let's fall back here.
I have the target.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna keep getting hit by enemy forces. We're gonna fall back. We're just gonna hold here. And we should be okay. It seems it's gonna keep pooping out enemy units, probably right here. So as soon as they spawn in, we'll go ahead and smack them down. Not too worried about that thing back there. But our main forces kind of seem to be making a great buffer area between the main base. So right now I think we're okay. We'll call in probably preemptive gun run. We got maybe a riot drop too. We'll just hold the line. We'll see if our airstrike actually hits anything. You're able to get something. Nice. I guess we got about 2 minutes. Slowly, our forces are being whittled down. I think we should be okay. I got a little APC car. We'll just unload.
Give me an order. I see it.
Kind of ball up our forces a little bit here.
Releasing charge. Shutting them down.
There is a Tempest field, so I'm trying not to get pulled into it. Take some additional damage.
Humanity is ours to subjugate. Bow to your gods.
Doctor, anytime now.
Our base is under attack.
A lot of our main force doesn't really exist. Ooh, but we are getting vaporized, actually. Uh-oh.
Base is under attack. Unit lost. Constructing.
So we actually have a hole right now.
Brethren, destroyed unenlightened.
Base is under attack.
Uh-oh. Well, this might be close. Oof.
We're ready. Instability missile has some modifications.
Impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
Sayonara. There we go, we got a victory! that was pretty good. Towards the end, though, we almost lost. I mean, they brought in those 2 Titan units, and they just shredded through my base defenses. So we got really lucky, because that could have been really bad. I mean, they were very, very close. But we got our victory. Saved humanity. Alright. For being the last mission, I did turtle a little bit. But it was about almost 2 hours, which isn't bad. If you're, a little bit faster at RTS games, you probably knock that down a little bit. But I like to kind of make sure to have a strong defense, big army, very classic leisure play. We completed everything, and we got all our secondaries. Alright, well I guess then GDF campaign is wrapped up. So I won't see you in the next one. At least not for GDF. But without further ado, let's just continue on and see.
I told you the council wasn't going to be happy. Still, that figures. That's the price of being a hero. For being the finest damn commander GDF has ever seen. Well, in my humble opinion anyway. The Veti invasion has halted completely. When the instability shockwave hit, 1/3 of their forces dropped. The rest appear to have retreated underground. We're still catching some stragglers as we sweep across Europe. The structures they've built are in a deactivated state. Their gateways are offline. Dr. Francis is on the site in Spain right now. We have a lot to learn. This has left us with a problem. The human-based workforce the Veti used. They've all been left behind. They're non-hostile, still mobile, but unresponsive. GDF has been working to corral them, but we don't know how the Veti were controlling them, or if there's anything left of the people they were. It's like they're just waiting for their signal. As for the Veti, I'm not counting on them being gone for good. Not by a long shot. They fought with too much conviction, too much ferocity. There's no way they're just going to run away. We hit them far harder than they were expecting, and we found a chink in their armor. But mark my words, this was a tactical retreat. We've got work to do. For now, get yourself some rest, Commander. You've more than earned it.
Congratulations, Commander. The GDF Council of Directors commends your achievements on the battlefield. We have deliberated on the next phase of the war, and we would like to make you an offer.
Alrighty, it looks like the credits finally wrapped up there. Not bad. I mean, the GDF campaign was really good. Didn't get to everything. It's alright. I'd say probably about half the game was 100%ed. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's go ahead, back out, all the way to the main menu. Yep, we'll just assume it auto-saved. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Just switch here. It, pretty interesting, pretty fun. Definitely, if you enjoy Command and Conquer, I would recommend actually playing Tempest Rising. I don't know if I'm gonna jump into the Dynasty campaign. Probably not. I might just wait till everything's kind of released on YouTube, like all the episodes of the GDF campaign, and then I might roll in. For next week, we're going, let's see, what is the schedule going to look like next week? Still the same days. Shivery Tuesday. Wednesday, right now, is going to be a little up in the air. Thursday, Dead by Daylight Thursday. And then Friday, however, is also going to be up in the air. I'm not sure what exactly I want to do. I might run into another single-player game. Not sure yet, so don't quote me fully on that. Because I am just, you know, still testing around with live Let's Plays, that sort of deal. But that's going to be it for this stream on Friday. If you stop by, watch just for a few seconds or whatnot, thank you for visiting. And I will see all of you next week. Until next time, farewell, Wanderers.